Well, I guess I'm solo. Okay, I'm starting now, Cadence. Is that good timing? Yeah? You good? Yeah? Okay, cool. I'm all by myself. So I guess I'll just talk some shit. Unless one of you suckers want to come in. Otherwise, I'll start reading poetry in about 5 minutes. So, had a good day at work today. It was Monday, so it was fucking crazy busy as usual. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, good. Yeah, we'll do poems in a minute then. Anyways, so it was absolutely crazy and busy, and one of our people are out of the office, and I was really proud of me and the other girl because that is there because we did a good job. So that was good shit. Went to the gym this morning, did some working out. Oh, Cadence, you guys don't have to. You don't have to come in. I don't care. I could talk. Are you kidding? I'm Italian. I'm the youngest of 7 kids. I can talk for hours over here. I'm all right with it. I'm all right. Anyways, I just want to see how all you guys are doing. Yeah, it was Monday, all right, wasn't it, Sandy? Oh my God, it was totally Monday. Yep. Well, I'm going to throw this link into the chat because I don't think I sent Cadence a link. I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. I just did my favorite group of people. Ben is trying to get... Oh, see? Speak of the devil. Ben's getting some food, and he's going to be in a minute, so we'll be good on that point. Yeah. Absolutely. What is trucking like? Oh, my God, man. Trucking is insane. It is insane. Like, you're tired, but you can't sleep because you really didn't do anything all day but sit in a truck. But your brain is fried from the lack of sleep that you've had for months. And then you have to drive down the road and stare at that little dotted line going by over and over and over and over again. And after you've been all the way through all the 48 contiguous states, it gets really boring from there. That was it. I used to have to like smack myself in the face and give myself a Charlie horse on my leg while I was driving just so just so I could stay awake. It was so fucking boring. It was so boring. I know, Sandy, like Mondays are crazy. I had people like giving me their life story on the phone and the phone's ringing off the fucking hook. And I'm like, really? All I need to know is what prescription you need filled. I really don't need to hear about all the scans you had and how your pee looks normal. And, you haven't had gallstones in years. I don't fucking care. Just get off the phone. Don't ever do that to here's my PSA for today. Don't ever call your doctor's office and give them unneeded information. If you have an issue and you want to talk to them about it and you want to put down what issue you want to talk to them about, and we've already got the labs in or we've already have the scans in or whatever, just fucking call and say, hey, I want to find out about this scan I had done, or I want to check, see how my labs are. We'll send a little message to the doctor and then we'll call you back. But telling people your life story is so unnecessary and not wanted either. No one wants to hear your life story. No one wants to hear about how your niece is 15 now and she's on birth control or something. It doesn't matter. We don't really care. I mean, I care about the people, don't get me wrong. But you can't just hold up somebody in the office for like 20 minutes on the phone because you don't have anybody to talk to. If that's what you're looking for, make sure it's a non-busy day of the week and ask them if they have a minute to talk. And if they tell you no, respect it. Mice. Hi, buddy. What's up, Doc? Oh, I ain't no Doc. Ben's not in here yet. Ben's not a Doc yet either, but he's way closer than I am to it. Yes, enjoying the stream. Want to support B? Go to B No Just B on Twitch. Oh, wait. I have a guest, and this is an amazing guest, and I'm very happy right now because I don't get to talk to her very much. Hi, Sunshine.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You sound a little distant and echoey, but I can hear you.
Does that help at all? I can't tell if
That's better.
If it's picking up my mic or not.
Yeah, that sounds better. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's your mic or not. I don't know. I don't have anything to compare to.
Yeah, no, my computer like did the reboot thingamabob, and
Huh.
like now I don't know. I'm all discombobulated. I can't use
Now I gotta
my.
I gotta hit all the buttons again.
Yeah, no, I need to
I had
get
it all set.
I need to get my youngest kid down here because he's a streamer, and I
Oh,
need to
really?
be like, you do this, please.
Well, you
Like,
should be able to go on your settings right on StreamYard and change your mic or whatever to whatever you need.
no, I did that, and it's saying that it's picking up from a mic, but now you're saying
Okay.
that it sounds fuzzy. And normally, when people are
No. You didn't sound fuzzy. You just sounded kind of down the hallway a little bit,
all right,
kind of
well,
echoey and distant. You
how's
sound
my-
better now, though.
okay. Can you hear me
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. No, I've had this whole conversation with you, Maya. Did you think I guessed what you said?
Well, no, I mean, no. Sometimes
I'm sorry,
people
I had
have-
to say it.
Sometimes people have really fucked up audio, and the streamer's like, yeah, we can kind of hear you. And then somebody else will come in and it'll be like, is Maya even talking anymore?
No, you sound better now. I don't know what happened there. It might have taken a second to pick up on the other mic. I don't know.
Oh, no, my office is in my basement. So I
Yeah.
have to turn down my heater because it doesn't matter what's going on outside. It's always freezing down here.
Oh, I used to love living in a basement. When I was in Ohio, I shared a house with 2 other people, and we all worked at Amazon. So sometimes we'd ride into work and stuff together, and that's how we all met. And I love the basement. Oh my God. Our basement was like always, I don't know. It was just like the most comfortable temperature. In the summertime, I'd have to turn a fan on. And in the wintertime, I'd have a heater on really low, like at night. But it wasn't really bad. Like the coldest it ever got was probably 50-ish down there. So it wasn't too bad. I loved the basement.
No, yeah, it's always 50 down here. I don't like it. I don't.
See, I get hot, so I like it. I like it when it's cooler.
I am cold. I'm cold all the fucking time.
Aw.
It's not what's up.
Do you need a hot cuddler?
I have one of those. The husband is
Okay.
very hot.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
just exude.
Glows
heat, right?
red at night. So,
Yeah. My ex used to be like in the wintertime, she'd go, babe, can you warm up my sheets for me? I'm gonna go pee. And I'd go, okay. So I'd lay on her side of the bed and I'd get him nice and toasty, and she'd go pee and brush her teeth and she'd come to bed. And then I'd move over and my side would be like butt ass fucking cold. And I got all that heat. So, your body feels really toasty. And then you go to the cold sheets. I'd be like, fuck. So I never complained about it. And then she'd stick her fucking feet on me, on my legs. And she'd stick her hands up on my back and like cuddle up against me. And I'd be like, your fucking hands and your feet are like freezing cold, right? And she'd say, well, you're not wearing any clothes. I'm like, I never wear clothes to bed. Why is this new? But she did it. I mean, we were together through 3 winters and she did that the entire winter. And then in the summertime, yeah, same, Sandy. I'm a bed warmer. Yeah, see, even Caden's friend's hot. So in the summertime, I'd go to curl up next to her and she'd go, get away from me, you're too hot. And I'm like, you didn't say that in the wintertime. So like we didn't have a lot of summer sex.
oh.
She didn't want me that
Wow.
close to her. She was like, God, get away from me. Because I just pour heat. Heat just pours off of me. So
Yeah, not having summer sex is not an option.
right, I know. I mean, I don't know. She didn't have a big libido anyways, so. Which
Yeah,
I have. I have only had like random bouts of a good libido, so this testosterone should help too.
Oh, right. How's that going?
Oh, it's going good. Tomorrow's my 3rd shot.
Okay, so like,
So
how do you? I have no idea like what happens when you take any kind of hormones. So,
good
what-
question
what-
then.
what's
Let
like
me
a
answer
bunch
that.
of fucking
Okay.
testosterone like.
So with testosterone, there's several things, right? First of all, you get more body hair, get more facial hair, of course.
Ben, hi.
The second thing, Ben, good timing.
You
She
popped
was
in
just
at a
asking about
great
hormones.
time.
So,
Good. My brain hurts.
the other thing that can happen, and this is kind of like an awkward thing, but when you're a woman, because your clit is a mini dick, it will get bigger.
And it happens
some people's
really fast.
Yeah, and it happens really fast. Apparently, I'm
happens
still
really
waiting for
fast.
that. Some people it only grows a little bit.
it'll hit you.
Some people will get like 2.5, 3-inch clits.
Whoa.
So I personally would rather just have a addictomy surgery. That would be my thing. It also testosterone also lowers your voice. It can also give you acne and hair thinning. So that's something you have to watch for. But they have medication to,
Are you
combat
concerned
that.
about the hair thinning?
No, not really. I figure if my hair thins out, I'll just buzz my head and just own the beard like my brothers
And
have.
if it's usually you can kind of guess where you're going to be at based on your brothers. Wherever your brothers are, that's usually how you're going to turn out. And we know, I mean, I only know one of your brothers, but it seems like the hair's not a problem.
Well, actually, 2 of my brothers have male pattern baldness where they have like a little bit right here and then it goes all the way back and then they have that on the sides. So they just buzz their head and one of them
you can pull off the buzz. Especially,
one of them has a handlebar. The other one has like a full fucking like black beard. So I know in the beard department, I'm probably going to be good.
So you all want to see what I'm eating tonight?
But I do have 2 brothers, but like Richard has a pretty good head of hair. His is receded back a little bit, but I'm hoping I lean more towards him. The fuck is that?
It's chicken. It's just a plate of chicken.
It is. It is a plate of chicken.
Rotisserie chicken. And
nice.
I've had a lot of anxiety today, so I have a shot of Jameson. Because I got to do questions tonight because I'm scared as fuck for this test. Actually, I'm doing better, but it's just like...
I'm still listening.
It's a rough test. So for a lot of tonight, I'm probably going to be doing questions. So if I don't hear something that you're saying, I'm probably focused. But you can just remind me and I'll jump back into the conversation. I also have to read up on viral hepatitis, and I have to do like a little mini presentation tomorrow. So I got to take notes on that. But
viral hepatitis.
Yeah, all the types.
That sounds like fun.
It's a big category of things to talk about. But they just basically like to encourage you to study on your own. And so what happens is like at the end of the day, they'll give you like the residents will give you a topic, and they'll say go home and read about this, and then like have like a 5-minute presentation ready to like share with the other students about what you learned. So it's like super casual, but it's like just to demonstrate that you learned something. So
is that cool?
So
Divine, how the hell are you?
I'm good.
Oh, that is not Nathaniel.
No. Maya, do you know Divine?
I do not know Divine.
Divine's another advocate. No. So you guys would probably get along good.
Advocate? What does that mean?
For like advocate for like Black Lives Matter, stuff like that. And what else do you advocate for, Divine?
I don't know. I mean, I advocate for any cause that it's worthy. I mean, I have been involved in Black Lives Matter. I've also been involved in, in my younger days, when I was younger, Occupy. And there was a story that I put on Twitter a couple years ago. That was like my first protest. It's on Twitter about May Day 2007. And I sort of explained what all that. So I have advocated for many different causes. I just don't have one.
Right. And I knew that. That's why I asked you, because I didn't know what else you had done. Because I talked to so many people, I can't keep track. I'm just going to be honest. I have to get refreshers. Once I know you and talk to you for a while, I'll remember. But at first, nah.
No, I mean, most people aren't. Most people don't get too upset. Like they love talking about themselves and especially about their causes and things that they're passionate about. Like, no, ask me again.
yeah. That's why I don't mind asking people. So, Maya, what do you advocate for?
I'm just pro.
Right. Pro, as long as you're not an asshole.
Well, no, I'm pro human rights. So, like, people have the right to be I really want everybody to be themselves, be their true, authentic self. Like, when you came out, like, I was actually, I don't know, it was weird for me because I'm still getting used to the trans community and what my role looks like as an advocate. It was kind of like what we were talking about in Nathaniel's stream the other day. It's just like, okay, I know some trans people. I don't feel comfortable talking on their behalf, about anything.
Right.
So a couple of weeks ago, MathPig had this guy in his stream, and they were talking about, like, well, why do we have to do the pronoun thing, and do words even have meaning, the bullshit. And I'm not trying.
Was it a dude?
Of course.
Oh, I would ask him if his penis had meaning. That's how you get a cishet guy's attention. You say, well, does your penis have meaning? Well, yeah, it's my dick. Okay, well. Anyways, go ahead.
No, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't understand it. It's just like, why you fight so hard to be a dick, right? I don't, if somebody comes up to me and they're like, hey, I'm, Mary and call me she, like, I would just, we actually, with anybody else, just do it, right? We don't ask for qualifiers or, can I see your birth certificate? Can I do a genetic test? We just take people at face value. And if there are a lot of women that, I mistook to be men, and they're like, no, I'm a girl. And I'm like, hey, if you say so. So like, I've never ever, like, I don't understand why I would do it with trans people just because somebody told me they were trans. Like, if you got to that point in the conversation, or why I would ask someone if they're trans, it's just like,
Well, first of all, the best thing to do for anybody out there who doesn't know how to interact with people as far as who they are, how they identify, just ask them what their pronouns are.
Right, but
it's better to ask, and it's better to ask, and that could be a good start to the conversation. First,
right,
of all.
And so my conversation with the conservative was as an advocate. It's just like, it is nothing for you, and it makes people feel like it makes the world a better place. So I can speak as an advocate, and if there's, I would like to ask you if there's like something more I can do as an advocate. I'm trying to get through, Dr. Ben's videos, although some of them are over my head. I'm trying
almost all of them over my head, honey. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to listen to you guys, Jenny and Diana, and
Purple,
anybody and Bree, anybody I meet, just like, what are you experiencing? What do you need from me? I try my best to do that, but it's like what I was saying to you the other day in when Nathaniel was streaming. It's just like, I'm never going to feel like I can speak for you. I hope I never do, honestly.
But you don't see, but here's the thing is nobody has to. Mm-hmm. What you can do is say, okay, if someone asks you questions, you say, okay, this is the information I have from the trans people that I know. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, here is B's Twitter.
Yeah.
Just tell them to DM me. My DMs are open and I'll answer anything. I'm not scared. I'm not, it doesn't hurt me or anything. I think for me, it's, what's up, Christopher?
I have to mute for just a second.
Yeah. I think
I'm about to do this.
Oh, are you? Salute. Oh, let me do a shot with you. Hold on.
Salute. Yeah, I've had anxiety. This is my anxiety cure, guys.
Let's work on it.
I'm just doing it because you are. I don't have any reason to. I did have a rough day though. It was pretty crazy. You ready?
Yeah. All right.
Let's do it. Cheers.
Chintanya.
I think that was a triple. Whew. So my thing is
huge.
Because I think for me it's easier to be honest and talk about everything because my gender dysphoria is not new to me. I've dealt with it for a long time. I got to the point of just accepting this is how this is going to be me. I'm just going to have to fucking deal with it for the rest of my life. So now that I'm in a position where I don't have to, and I can actually be myself and feel okay with it, it doesn't bother me to talk about anything. Like I'll answer any question. I don't mind answering it. But this is 35 years of me saying I should be a guy and being identified as female. So to me, it's just old. It's an old hat, you know?
Yeah,
so.
I definitely agree with the sentiment of kind of like deferring a lot of the argument to the trans community in the same way that like I don't feel like I can speak on behalf of people of color. That's just not something that I should be doing.
I say this much and then I stop.
Yeah.
I defend them. I stand up for them.
And then say, here's a voice from the community and what they have to say about it.
What this little bit that I know, then you need to talk to somebody here. Right.
Yeah, make sure we're elevating the voices from the community themselves, because like they're the ones who really know what's going on. They're the voices that need to be heard. Nobody needs to hear my voice on racial diversity. Nobody cares about my voice in racial diversity. I don't have a place.
Actually, Ben, the reason I used to do, and I would if people would just come on more often, the reason I did so much stuff for like BLM and stuff is because people that are closed-minded aren't going to listen to Black people.
And
they're not going to listen to Hispanic people. So I always stand up for them. Say what I think, say what I've learned, say what people like Maya and Cynthia and Jenna have taught me in the last year and a half or whatever. And then, you know, after that, I defer them. But the problem is if we don't speak up and we don't get heard, then they're probably not going to get heard.
Yeah.
So
as long as we're emphasizing
defending someone in public or, you know,
as long as we are emphasizing that they do look to those people and that we are like you're saying, exactly, like we just have to make sure that we're not assuming a position of authority on that issue and that we are letting people speak for their communities as well.
And I think that's an even more graceful move, right? Because like think about the dichotomy. Either you're assuming you're the authority and speaking towards that, or you're saying, hey, man, I have this opinion, but I defer to another authority. That in and of itself changes the landscape of the discussion, right? Because talking to somebody who thinks they know everything is completely different than talking to somebody who admits that they don't.
Yes, which we talk about a lot on this. Christopher, I know you're not usually on my streams, but we talk a lot about this. If we don't know, we just say we don't know. If people ask me a question, and it's like, let's say it's medical. I'm like, you need to ask student Dr. Ben. I mean, I can't help you with that. I know this much, and besides that, I don't know shit.
And I've had plenty of times where I've said I don't know on stream with a medical question, and like that's something in medical school and in residency that they hammer on you about is if you don't know an answer and they can tell you don't know an answer and you didn't say I don't know, they will give you shit for days.
Well, because it's better to say I don't know and learn than to act like an ass and say that you're right and then you're wrong at the end of the day. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and like if you didn't do something, like if your attending asks you if you asked the patient a certain question and you didn't ask it, you do not make up what you think happened. You just say, I did not ask the question. Otherwise, they will know that you did not ask the question and you will get shit. So yeah, always be honest if you don't know something. And just like, it's a great thing to, like, if you don't know an answer, to go like offer to look it up if you have time. Like, yeah, I'll look into that. And if I find something, I can update you or something, but.
Right. Yeah. Or let me speak to this person and see if they're willing to talk to you about it. And it goes the same way for anybody, you know, trans or gay man or LGBTQ in general, POCs, anybody that's smacked down on a daily basis. All you have to do is stand up for them. And that will show so much. Like the guy in the MVD talking shit to the Hispanic chick. I was quick to fucking call him out. I waited till he was done with his business so I wouldn't slow her down or the line that I was waiting in because I was behind him. And then I fucking told him about himself. And I told him he needed to check his fucking white privilege. And he stutter-stepped and walked out the fucking door. And all the Hispanic people around me looked at me like, hell yeah. I'm like, well, you know what?
You deserve points for that.
He's not going to listen to any of them. He's definitely not going to listen to them. So by God, I'll stand up and fucking say it.
And even if Hispanics would say it, they would like get handcuffed pretty quickly. So it's like, is it's like how do you say this? Damn if you do, damn if you don't. So it's a lot harder for us to stand up for ourselves. And
absolutely. And I live in a predominantly Hispanic area, so I don't mind standing up for them. They own this shit. We walked into it, and I fucking know it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean,
I live in New Mexico.
I mean, here's the thing, and this is what I've learned recently. I mean, sometimes humbling yourself to say, I don't know something, it's more humbling and you learn more rather than saying that you know everything. Because when you think you know, you truly don't. And that's what somebody told me the other day. They said, it's very rare that somebody admits to their ignorance. And it is true, because a lot of people want to project that they know everything, but yet they keep
they're more worried about their ego than knowledge and honesty.
Yeah, and that has more to do with confidence than anything, right? So in other words,
yes,
there are plenty. So obviously, for those of you that don't know, I am interested in psychological takes of things because I manage a laboratory, psych lab, and I teach psychology. So with that in mind, there are plenty of studies that demonstrate how toxic overconfidence can be in just day-to-day
interaction.
Trying to get across points, trying to get along, trying to connect. We as humans, myself included, right? I can't make it seem like those stupid people do this. No, I am one of those stupid people that sometimes gets a little overconfident, because it's almost like saying I don't know takes more practice and nerve than not saying I don't know, than pretending to have confidence.
Oh yeah.
That reinforces people to kind of protect their ego instead of like, one of the things, like, vulnerability is power. And I think people are slow to pick up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just
I
make
barely
yourself
realize that.
Yeah, admit that you don't know everything. See how the landscape changes.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I used to, when I was, from the time I was 8 until I was 12, I lied a lot because my sisters left the house. And my brother Walt had his own thing going, and the other two brothers used to hang out and do everything together. And I was kind of left in the dust of the older kids leaving and everything. So I lied a lot. And by the time I hit 15, I stopped around the time I was 12. And when I hit 15, I thought, I don't like this about myself. And it took me a lot of years to correct it, honestly, because I actually, in those 4 years, got in the habit of doing it. I would just say whatever bullshit was on the top of my head. So when I hit 27, when I hit 27 years old, I decided I didn't like that part of me. So I just decided from now on, I'm going to be honest. I'm never going to lie again. And I just don't lie. I might bullshit here and there, and I might talk shit, but I don't lie because all you're doing is
a storyteller, right? And that
requires
you're just a little drama and a little exaggeration.
Yeah, but there's a difference between telling a story and just fucking blowing shit out your ass.
That's my point.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, so I had grown up finally, and I was emotionally stunted for years because of my mother's death. So I was probably 9 or 10 years behind everybody until I hit around 42, 45 years old, because I was so emotionally fucked. So it took me a while to come out of it, but I had a big revelation and decided I didn't like who I was, and I just fucking changed it. I just quit being that person, and it was hard because it's habit.
Talk more about that.
It's habitual.
You make it seem so simple, and I don't think that it is. I mean,
oh no, it wasn't simple. I had to give myself kicks in the ass.
Unpack that. What was it? So, if you realize you don't like something about yourself and you go about changing it, we can agree that that's not easy. So, what is it that you did that made it effective?
Well, the first thing I did was I wrote down a pros and cons list. Because I believe in a pros and cons list. I think it's a good place to start. And I was deadly honest, which you have to be. You've got to be 100% honest with yourself. And nobody else has to see this or know this, so it doesn't matter if, you can burn it when you're done, if you're shredded, if you're afraid someone's going to see it. But I was 100% honest with myself, and I wrote down all the things I loved about myself and all the things I didn't like about myself that I did isn't who I wanted to be as a person. And so I started working on that, and I would kick myself in the ass. You know, like if let's say I told a lie, I would get on myself so hard about it that no one else could have touched me. Like I was like, you fucking asshole. Why the fuck did you do that? So I really like handed my own ass to myself a lot. And eventually those habits died off. Just like, you know, I had habits left over from my father being a prejudiced bastard. It's not that I was prejudiced, but I could hear his voice in my head all the fucking time. And I can still hear it to this day, but I ignore it. You know, and back then when I was younger, it was like right there in the front of my head. And you have to really retrain yourself. That's really what it is. You retrain yourself as a person, and it's hard to do.
How long would you say it took from the point at which you noticed you wanted to change to seeing appreciable change? Like at what point were you like, okay, I can do this. I can turn this corner.
4 years.
Man.
4 years to the point where I got to the point of saying, okay, I like me better now. And part of that was me coming out of the closet. Because I needed to be, I couldn't just be honest with other people. I had to be honest with myself.
Yeah.
Because that's the most important thing. Fuck everybody else. Be honest with yourself. Yeah. And once you're honest with yourself and you pick yourself apart and self-analyze, which my sister taught me to do at a very young age, and I didn't incorporate it into my life until I was about 27. But I did a lot of self-analysis, and I sat down and I cried and was mad at myself, and all kinds of emotions and lots of shit, you know, happened inside me. And I left my husband and came out of the closet. And that step was, well, first of all, it was a big step, obviously, you know, but that was the main thing. When I did that, the rest of it came easy. But I mean, I had worked on it prior to that. I had a bad temper, and I would just go off and cuss and yell because I had PTSD, and I had to wrap that in and, you know, rein it in and take control of that. And then I came out of the closet, and I had to deal with that and take control of that and own it and not be afraid to stand up and say, this is me, fuck you if you don't like it. And I think a lot of people are so worried about how others will judge them that they have trouble becoming their true selves. And that is a huge, like, that was the huge step for me, was saying, you know what? I don't care what other people think. And it took me until about 37 to get to that point. I came out at 30, and by the time I was 37, I got to the point where I just, fuck you. If you don't like me, that's your problem, because I know I'm a good person.
Yeah, but that's, so here's the incongruence in that a little bit.
Okay.
So what I'm hearing is there came a point where you just you had a case of the fuck it alls, right? Like, fuck everybody else. It's all about me. I'm being selfish.
Well, no, it wasn't like that.
No?
It wasn't. No. It wasn't to that extreme. I just, after getting rid of this bad part of me,
mm-hmm.
and I got rid of all the lying, and I got rid of the uncalled for anger, and I got rid of the worried about what other people thought about me, and I got rid of the, I don't, you know, it wasn't that I don't care what other people think. That's too extreme. Okay. I just learned to love myself. And once I learned to love myself, and I realized I was a good person, and I deserved to love myself, and I deserved for other people to love me.
So that changes my perception, and I appreciate the clarity or the clarification. So when you put it like that the change was that you focused on yourself.
Yes.
That makes sense, because the incongruency that I was going to point out is, if you were saying, oh, well, there came a point where I just stopped caring what other people thought, every hang that I see you in, you're transcending yourself to help other people. So like I was going to ask, okay, so how do you square that circle? How do you square like you being who you are by not caring what other people think while simultaneously doing everything you can to help people, considering?
Well, see, here's the thing is, people that are good people, and people that, like my friends here and the people in the chat that support me and my friends IRL, I respect those people. And if they said to me, hey, you know, B, you kind of fucked up on that, I listen. You know, there's been times I've said stuff about, let's say, Black Lives Matter, and Maya and Cynthia have corrected me. I'm cool with it. Yeah, absolutely correct me if I'm wrong. I want to learn more. So, but see, I respect those people. The people that are the assholes, I don't give a shit what they say. I don't care. Good people, I care about what they say.
That's fair.
And I mean, a lot of it too. I think I understand where B's coming from. It's like part of it's like getting out of your own way. Where I had that again, being cis, I guess, is easier for me to do that in my mid-teens, just to kind of be like, you know what, I'm only going to be able to please myself, and everybody else is just going to have to get on board because I have to be able to live with myself, you know? And so I made decisions that I started making decisions, not that other people wanted me to make, but that I could live with. And, you know, I can't do this thing and say, well, my mom said I should, you know, or my boyfriend wants me to. I had to start like forming my own opinions and standing on the merit of my own arguments. And, you know, when I realized that, you know, that it was a huge turning point, it was just like, okay, I don't need to be who other people want me to be. I can be who I am. And I found pretty quickly, even people thought it was weird or it's not something that they would have chosen for themselves. They were at least like, oh, well, I guess for you that makes sense. And they get off my ass about it. Coming out gay, it's got to be probably a different experience, but it's got to be along the same token. You can't be straight just because other people think you should be.
Yeah, no, and you're right. You can't. And that's the hardest part about, I think, life in general, is really being true to yourself. The bottom line is if you love yourself and you care about other people at the same time, like not a narcissistic, egotistical kind of love, but a true, pure love for yourself, and you truly have the pure love for other people, then it's easier to weed out the assholes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because anybody that doesn't support you in you loving yourself, fuck them.
Yeah. Gotta go.
Fuck them. People that support me, I will have their back 100% until the day I fucking die. And I will jump in front of a fucking truck and pull them out of the way. The rest of them, fuck them. I don't have time for it. That's why I don't have trolls in my chat. That's why I don't have assholes in my Twitter. You're going to be an asshole, I'm just going to block you. I don't have time for it. I don't want the drama. I know that what I'm saying is either correct or is valid or is to support other people. And if you're not on board with that, take a fucking hike. So that's my thoughts on it.
Excellent and well stated.
Well said.
So thank you.
I'm sorry, my son was helping me with my camera problems. What did I miss? What's the topic?
Oh, no, we were just talking about, we were talking about advocating and you left. And then I said, I don't know, I said something about myself. And then Christopher started asking me about it because he deals with psychology.
Yeah, you had mentioned that there was you decided that you didn't like something about yourself and you wanted to change it. So
yes.
I had to have you unpack that because that's so...
I mean, I'm not going to say it was easy. It really wasn't.
No,
like I would have been
blown away if you did.
And I'll be honest, this is why it was so hard for me. After my mother passed away, which Christopher and the one or two people in the chat that don't know, we were in a car wreck. I was driving. She died. I lived. Okay. So it took me a long time to realize that I deserved good things. It took me a long time to realize I deserved to love myself. I deserved to have other people love me, and that I deserved good things in life, because I was at the point of, I just hated myself. I had so much guilt. I hated myself. So it was a struggle to get to that point of saying, you know what, I deserve this. You know what, my mother wouldn't want me to be this miserable. You know what, I can't go through life this way anymore. So it was 30-ish years old was a big breaking point for me. And by the time I was, I'm going to say 30, I think I was 37. I really kind of came into my total, this is me. I'm going to be me. And those who love me will support me, and those who don't can fuck off.
Well, first of all, I didn't know any of that, so I'm sorry to hear that that was a struggle for you.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm glad that you are here to talk about it, though. I'll tell you what.
You know, there's been a couple times I've cried on my streams talking about it, because, and it's not even about me, really. I want other people to know it's okay to have these kind of problems, and other people know that despite the guilt they have, or despite the hatred they have for themselves for a mistake they made, that it's okay to love yourself. It's fucking okay. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to cry. It's okay to need a pillow to curl up with, and everybody, like on the weekends, I kind of shut down on the weekends. I do, because I'm around people all the time during the week, on streams during the week, at night. And, you know, I kind of shut down. Yeah, I got you, HS. I kind of shut down because I need that break, you know? But you know, it's okay to do that. You know, you taking care of yourself is, why is this not working for me? It is one of the most important things you can do, because the bottom line is, and I think this is where a lot of people screw up, is you've got to love yourself. If you don't learn to love yourself, you're going to have a hell of a time loving anybody else. So that's the first step. Like, I was mad at the world. I was mad at myself. I was mad at everything. I was mad at, you know, fucking pretty sunset. I'm like, fuck you, sunset. I'm mad.
Fuck this particular sunset.
Yeah, fuck this. Fuck every sunset. Fuck every sunrise. This is pretty. I fucking hate you. Yeah. So, but yeah, so really, I think that the key is to loving yourself. And when you get to that point of loving yourself, loving other people comes a lot easier.
And weeding out people who don't love you or can't show you love also does too. But a lot of that is the company you keep. I think, especially with family, like a lot of the people I had to weed out was my own family. Because I had toxic family members, and it's just like, I don't feel like you want me to be okay. You know, and I'm all about like family and people who love you, and, you know, it's like keeping like familial ties and all that stuff. And then there's another part of me that's just like, fuck that shit. Like, I feel like, especially, so like my family is like super old school, where like children, almost to a point where children are kind of like property. And, you know, feelings and emotions, those are like luxuries a lot of times that Black people weren't allowed to have, right? Now, just to make it through society. You hide that shit, you buck up, you find some goddamn bootstraps, and, you know, you work that job, you live that life. So a lot of people, like feelings and emotions and, you know, being expressive, it wasn't something that you would dwell on. And so if you don't know how to navigate your own emotions, how do you do that for your daughter? Or your cousin, or, you know, your sister, or whatever.
Or anybody you give a fuck about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and it's true. You're right. I was a horrible friend for a long time.
Right.
Because I was so messed with my own shit, I couldn't help my friends with their shit.
Yeah. Yeah. My daughter's going through that now. She's like early 20s. And I'm like, your friends, like, it's so hard because both of my kids, they're both very systematic thinkers. And I like, for me, it just, things need to make sense. And so I instilled that in them. Why are you doing this? Like, I need a plan. And so now, you know, like they have goals, and, you know, they're moving towards them, and, you know, they have these friends that are just kind of like, well, I'd like for this to happen, but I don't want to put any thought into how that would happen. And, you know, so, and how that kind of deals on the like friendship level. It's just like, oh, my friend is crying and I would like her to not to. So I'll just tell her that. And it's like, you're not being a friend.
Can you not be emotional?
You're crying a lot right now, and I want you to suck it up a little bit so I can help you.
Yeah, and so for me, it's just like my filibuster and shut the fuck up. I'm like, this is emotional. God damn it. Just let me finish. I'll wrap it up. I can be succinct. I know I know what I'm feeling. I know how to express it. And sometimes it is just shut the fuck up, but I mean it with love. If I'm on your stream, I mean it with love, and I'm sorry. But for like my friends, my children, who are, early 20s and, the friends, and they don't even know what's going on or what they're supposed to be doing. Everybody remembers early 20s, like what it's life. I've always, my whole life, I've been told to go to school and get good grades. That happened. And so now I'm supposed to do something else. And I have no idea what that looks like.
They didn't tell me anything else. Where do I go now?
Right. And so that's where they're at. And it's just like, and everybody's in what the fuck land. And I need a good friend, and I don't know how to be there for myself. How can I be there for you? I'm sorry.
Yeah. And that's important. And, a lot of us are put into a situation, and I feel like this happens a lot with guys. Someone starts crying in front of a guy doesn't know what to do. Let me tell you guys what to do. You don't have to do shit.
Let them cry.
Sit there and hold their hand or put your hand on their back.
Feel the feels.
Just so they feel that you're there. The human contact is what's important. Put your hand on their back or put your hand on hold their hand and say, it's okay, I'm here. And then shut the fuck up and let them cry. Yeah. You don't have to do anything. Sometimes people just need to know that someone's there and they give a fuck.
Yeah, I just had a hangout last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I did a hangout with a buddy of mine. And unfortunately, this buddy of mine's not going to be with us much longer. And he started kind of talking about his process, and he started crying. And instead of like pretending like, instead of being fucking toxic masculine dude, where it's like, oh, I don't know what to do with emotions, I just told him to cry. Feel the feels.
Yeah, it's okay.
Be human. I dare you. See how bad.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, see how bad it ain't. That's my catchphrase.
Yeah. And that's really a problem for a lot of guys is they're just, everybody tells them you can't do that. And it's fucking bullshit. I don't care what gender or sexual preference you have or what kind of hormones you have raised through. We all need that sometimes. We just need somebody to listen. Or sometimes we need to curl up in a ball and cry and get everybody to leave us the fuck alone. Or sometimes we need to be drug out of our house and brought into the sun and go for a nice walk and just enjoy being the peacefulness of being outside. Sometimes you just need stuff like that. And it's hard to know what each person needs, but guaranteed, if you just sit there with them and stay totally silent, you don't have to. I used to do, this is what I used to do. Thank you, Cadence. I agree. I used to be like, oh, well, come on, talk to me. Because I wanted to help so bad. Well, I'm just making them clam up more. But if you shut up and just listen, if you just literally just shut up and listen, people will tell you, they'll bare their soul to you because they know that you're genuine about it and you're just listening. Yeah. Sometimes people just need that. Yeah, I've been there.
People just, call me on Discord, and I'm like, you never call me, and it's just like I didn't know who else to turn to. You seem like a safe space, and it's maybe the compliment of my life, and like just for somebody to call me because they needed to cry, and you know what? I feel uncomfortable. Like I want to say those magic words, or like, oh my god, it all makes sense now, and usually I can't. But I mean, it's huge for me for somebody to just feel like, I had nowhere else to go, and so I came to you. And we need to be advocates for one another. Men, like, you need to feel comfortable crying, and men and women, you need to let your male friends, husbands, whatever, cry in front of you. Yep. Because when you keep it bottled in, it comes out in very tertiary ways. It could affect you. It could affect other people. It could affect, usually it's anger and violence. It's, divorces, anger. I mean, it's almost always anger. When people bottle up their feelings, it's not a good thing. Don't tell people not to feel what they're feeling. Help them figure out what they're feeling and to express it in productive ways.
Yeah, and if someone, it's kind of like Cadence just said. Cadence said one major factor for my divorce was that my ex was always demanding to know what's wrong. Look, if someone's upset, even if it's with you, first of all, everybody needs time to process things.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't just jump and say, "What's wrong? What's going on? No, tell me. I'm here. Tell me." No, what you say is, "Hey, when you're ready to talk about it, let me know I'm here." And it might be some pain on your part, but remember that other person's in pain too.
Yeah.
So give them that time to process. Give them that time to come to you. Let them know you're open to a conversation. You will listen. We can sit down and talk about this whenever you're ready, and leave them the fuck alone. When they're ready, they're going to come around and talk to you about it. But if you close that, you say, "What's wrong?" and they go, nothing. And you go, "Oh, fuck it." Well, you just close the door. They're never coming to you now.
But that's also,
you slam the door in their face.
That's almost like them being explicit about not being able to handle it, right?
Yeah.
So, like another way to put it is, another way to put it is just the idea that sometimes this is just, as somebody who suffers depression, right? Sometimes this is just something what my brain does, right? And for people who don't understand that, they just don't understand it.
I attribute. You say that a lot to me. Actually, we talk about that a lot. This is what our brains do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just need a good cry. And for people that don't relate to that, they have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm like, everything's going to be fine tomorrow. I need today to end, and I want to cry for like a good hour and a half.
And let me tell you, for all the masculine people out there, if someone doesn't like you, or someone says you're weak, or someone puts you down after crying, you don't need that person in your life. You'd better go find somebody else that actually gives a fuck about you.
Amen.
Because none of us are without emotions. None of us are without feelings and opinions and thoughts. And so if someone says, "Hey, you're full of shit and I don't want to this is bullshit. I got sick with my kidney. I almost died and my ex told me I was weak. What? I left her."
Yeah.
The fact that I lived through it means I'm stronger than you, bitch. So
100%.
You want to tell me I'm weak and now you see me as weak because I lived through something that most people die from with no complications and I'm in a 2 percentile in the world? Fuck you. I ain't got time for your ass. So if someone does that to you, then that's not the person for you. You need to check what's going on. Because it's not okay.
I don't know if you guys have read that book. I think it's called "The Body Keeps the Score." Is the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
But it's the idea that when you have unprocessed trauma, unprocessed emotional pain, things like that, that like it goes like your body carries it. Like you have.
Oh yeah.
You have a lot of cortisol in your system. You have a lot of a lot of people have fibromyalgia, things like that. I think that's an interesting idea only because like it seems like a lot of people I've known that have I would say either unprocessed trauma or they're dealing with continual issues, they seem to always have some sort of chronic issue. Like for me, like I have IBS problems, things like that are just like, like there's like no like pinpoint of like here is a bad organ. We're just gonna, address this bad. No, like it's just like an ongoing, constantly problem.
Yeah, no, stress. Yeah, no, we know. We already know that stress is. Dr. Ben's probably way better at talking about this than me, but I know, being and talking about how race and racism affects the health of the Black community. We have seen it a lot to the point of lowering life expectancy. We see it in every human being, usually primarily as like headaches, backaches, but I don't know, stress, it manifests itself differently, but it always, if it's not addressed, having prolonged stress will materialize physically somewhere in the body.
Well, the bottom line is that I'm sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Sorry, there's generational changes. So the fact that we've oppressed these people for so long, And especially like factoring that in, even with what we're doing now with food deserts and other things that are causing stress to an entire community, that's going to have generational changes. Like if you're inducing a lot of stress on people and then their bodies are adapting and they're going to pass on that to their children, like you're seeing generational changes. So like, even though we've improved in a lot of ways, like we've still done like irreparable damage to these people, and it's not fair at all. And I wish we saw more of an effort to like change things for the future, but unfortunately people are being so slow to it. They think like, oh well, we're not like explicitly keeping people as slaves anymore, so I don't see the problem. Like we're still causing problems, like forcing people to live in certain areas where they don't have access to like methods of care that we have in other places, or access to food supplies, access to water supplies. Like we're still oppressing people in that way. We're still causing them long-term health damage. And so we're just going to keep perpetuating this thing until we can make some big changes. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, is for what Maya was saying about the, or maybe it was Holy Spackle, I don't remember which one it was now, was saying the stress, what stress and stuff can do to your body. It is amazing how powerful your brain is. It is fucking amazing. There are women out there that want to be pregnant so bad, they take an at-home pregnancy test and it shows they're pregnant, and then they go in and get a blood test and they're not pregnant, because that's what your mind can do to you. Your mind can destroy you physically. You know, I used to barely ever eat. I was always drinking. I would do cocaine and just sit around and fucking smoke pot all the time. And I would eat because someone handed me food and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll eat this. So I was scrawny and miserable and mad all the time and stressed out. And that took a lot of toll on my body. So learning to love yourself, like I was saying earlier, is not just about helping your emotions. It will help your physical body. You will be better off for it.
Well, I think this is kind of weird, but bear with me. I think, for instance, coming from somebody that's come from a religious background, and maybe Maya might relate, there's this idea kind of ingrained in evangelical Christianity and Protestant Christianity that's really adopted mind-body dualism, or I think it's dualism, where it's like your mind and your spirit is this other thing. It's like this other thing, and then your body is this other thing. And then what happens is, and I know this is kind of strange to bring up, but there's like this weird now disconnect where, like, particularly for me as a religious person at one point, I assumed that everything mental that I was going through was a spiritual problem. And I separated it out from a physical problem too, as if they're like two different problems, right? Well, now I've come to find out, later, after, slamming my head against that wall for too long, that like now I see such a connection between how my body reacts to things and my mental health and stuff. And I'm starting to go, I can see that I've been paying a price for all this compartmentalization that I was doing, and all this, swallow it down, like, you're in a rage, swallow that down.
If you haven't
somewhere else.
Kept up with yourself emotionally, 40 just hits you like a Mack truck, right?
Oh, right. And you're like, what is this? I would say 30. Suddenly I was like, weight gain, boom. I was like, okay, whoa.
No, 30 was horrible. I would start getting like pains in my neck just from sleeping well. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I woke up. It was a great morning. Ow!
I can't walk.
But,
Commander said, I was getting carded for lottery tickets in my early 30s, and I experienced people being cruel and anti-Semitic to me. I aged about a decade in 2 years. Yes. Yes. I will still attest to this day. There was 3 things that aged me. 2 of my exes and myself. I aged myself pretty bad, but then I had 2 exes. I mean, I still looked good when I was 30.
You look good now, damn.
I was still getting carded, and back then they didn't have to card everybody. I was still getting carded for alcohol when I was 32. And then I went through a lot of shit. I put myself through a lot of shit, and my exes put me through a lot of shit. And yes, it will the stress of it and the emotional drain, it will age you. Go ahead.
Cortisol, man.
Yeah.
No,
Who said I agree with Maya?
There's actually I'm sorry. Catnip has not talked. I'm going to shut up.
No, you're fine. You're fine, honey. You're fine.
No, please talk. Because
it's okay.
I have a master's in psychology, so I could talk about this shit up. And like, I don't know, social justice issues are like my ish.
Yeah,
I talk about this all fucking night.
You guys talking about this is what made me want to jump in more than I usually do. I mean, I like to be anywhere B and Ben are anyway, but you know.
Yeah.
So I have a 2-year-old daughter. She's almost 2.5. When she was a newborn, I went through this phase, I guess I would call it. I wanted to be the perfect mom. This perfect, never do anything wrong being, you know. Which
so something that's impossible.
Now.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. But I had told myself I was gonna do it. And every time I would let myself down, it was the worst thing that had ever happened to me. And it came to a point where I just stopped taking care of myself. There were like weeks upon weeks where I just didn't shower because I either didn't have time, or I didn't think about it, or I didn't think I was worthy of a shower. And then it came to a point where I had a breakdown on the floor in my kitchen. And my husband was like, go take a shower. You're done now. You're as good as you have ever been and you will ever be being you, not this perfect thing you think you're going to be that you keep beating yourself up for not being. And use my ADHD squirrels taking away the reason why I was talking.
You know,
I forgot how all this relates back to everything. Something about it made me want to talk about it.
It's very unrealistic for any of us to say that we should be perfect.
Yeah.
Because that was really my goal to begin with. Fine, Nick, just come in and leave. Fuck you, man. No,
that was some shit right there.
I know, right? That's how he is, man. You got to watch that guy.
Shit.
I still had the mouse hovering over his lack of icon, so we jumped him back in fast. But you know, that's the thing. You know, Ken, if we go from okay, we don't like this about ourselves, we want to be better people, and then we expect ourselves to be perfect. And I do this to myself. Like I still to this day will be like, what the fuck, B? What the fuck is this? Fuck are you doing? Because I'll do something stupid. And I kind of give myself a kick in the ass. And it's okay to do that, but don't take it too far. Like, I don't hate myself for days about it. I regret it for a while. Yeah. I give myself that first kick in the ass. I regret it for a while. I roll it around in my mind so I won't do it again. And then I move on.
Yeah, I use the analogy of committee members, right? It's like there's only one microphone, but there are many committee members in my head. One of those committee members wants to beat the shit out of me verbally. I just need to not let him have the microphone for too long.
Yeah. No, and especially when something really bad goes wrong, I say to my kids all the time, it's like, give yourself, a day to, depending on what happened, have the pity party, go all out, just throw yourself like a Kleenex fest, and then figure out what it is you need to do and move forward. Because I don't know, I think it's part of the latent Christianity where we think that perfection is something that can be obtained. It's not, it's a goal. This is something that you would like. You hit the goal and then you move. The perfection should then move. Like we're work in progress and we should always be moving towards something. And I think that our society would be a lot better if we realized that failure is part of perfection. You don't learn anything from doing something once and getting it right. That's fucking luck.
No, that's called not learning it properly, because it's fucking impossible.
I mean, no, I consider it luck, because like you've learned nothing when failing, analyzing, and then getting it right the third or fourth time sometimes, like that's true growth on a personal level, and sometimes even a professional level. I'm in HR, and so a big thing that they're trying to get businesses to do is to allow employees to fail. Now, I'm in healthcare. We can only have so much of that. But, when we're talking about like marketing or, other aspects, it's just like, or especially in IT, like tech, It's like, okay, we tried it. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? Let's learn something and let's figure it out. Like you need to be, failure, it shouldn't be something that like we don as a peril. It's like, okay, I tried that. It didn't work. Let's move on. And I think that's the consideration that we need to give ourselves.
But when you're trying to improve yourself and you're hard on yourself, that's the hardest thing to do is give yourself the same approval and the same allowances that you give other people.
Yeah. No, give yourself permission to fail. You're not a failure.
That's why I never went to college, Maya. It's the one hurdle I've never overcome. Is that fear of failure and having to do it multiple times.
Nick, welcome.
Hi, Nick.
I want to say something along that. So with healthcare, we do use that method. It's just you don't go try stuff and then fail on real people. But if you think about when we round on patients, when we're in residency in medical school, and we're constantly being mentored by our attending. So like, I don't know if any of you have ever been to a teaching hospital, but we will spend a lot of time outside a patient's room before we even go in, because we're talking about the case and what's going to go on. And usually the attending gives the space to the resident or to the medical student to learn from that. So you see the patient in pre-rounding, you get all the information, you go chart check, you come back, you present your patient to the attending, you say what you think is going on, what you think you should do about it, what all you're going to do behind the scenes to get everything going for them. And then your attending, after you've vocalized everything that you want to do, they're going to talk to you and they're going to say, okay, why is this a good idea? Why is this not a good idea? And you do learn from failure, because when you present to somebody who is an expert and you think through something like, yeah, this maybe isn't a good idea. And then they call you out on it and say, maybe we should not do that. Maybe that's a bad idea. What do you think would happen if we did that? And the good attendings get really good at talking you through that process, like saying, but why? Why is this a bad idea? Or why did this other specialist do something wrong? Like, do they have it right? Do you have it right? And talking it through, I think you are learning from failure, and not necessarily in a bad way, but just when you vocalize something and then you can learn like from verbally processing that it wasn't the right thing, then you go back and say, okay, maybe next time I'm not going to do it that way. I know next time going into it. So I think we do that. It's just a bit more behind the scenes than people really see it happening.
I want to say two things. First of all, pineapple should not be on a good red sauce with delicious cheese and any form of a meat. Anyways, moving on from that, Titan
You're
Uranus.
allowed to be wrong. It's okay.
Yes, I'm saying it for you, Tony. Are you ready? Titan Uranus wants to know if the teaching hospitals are just like scrubs, right?
They actually are. Like, no joke. And I explained this to a patient I had like a week ago who had kidney stones, and she was like, she's like in her late 30s, early 40s maybe, and we were just chatting. Like, because I was seeing her on pre-rounds, and I was just warning her, like, because we do have an entire team of people that goes in and rounds on these patients. So I was letting her know. I was like, okay, so I'm here now, but the entire team is going to be in here. Like 7 people are going to come in. And I told her, I was like, have you seen scrubs? Like when they go from bed to bed and like they ask each other all these questions and stuff, and you have the whole team of people. Like, that's exactly what it's like. And she got so excited about that. That was not the reaction I was expecting, because normally I'm prepared for them to be like, no, I don't want that. Like, okay, well, I'll make sure we don't all go in the room at the same time. But no, she was excited about that. So
really,
yes, it is just like scrubs. At least on internal medicine, it's just like scrubs.
So, Nick, good opportunity. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Glad to see you come around. Haven't seen you in a while.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. I'm glad you guys are doing the stream. So I'm glad I could make it. So thank you guys.
Well, every Monday and Wednesday, same time, same channel.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to subscribe. That way I get the notification. That might be intelligent.
Yeah, or you could just like send me a message on Twitter and say, I'm not subscribed to you because I suck, but can I have a link anyway? And then I'll give you a link until you go fucking subscribe and, be a man.
So if I subscribe, then I don't suck anymore. I like this policy.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Subscribe and come around and show love and support for each other, and we're all good.
Perfect. Yeah. Sounds good.
Actually, I don't even care about the subscriptions. I only care because I want people to talk and interact and become friends.
I just subscribe so I could offset the fact that I like pineapple pizza.
Maya, I will always be undersubbed because I don't start dumpster fires on my channel.
I do start dumpster fires. That's why I'm growing.
Ben does, but Ben does medical dumpster fires. That's a whole different ball of wax.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
people love to jump in
crazy and shit, like
throw some gas on
safe.
medical dumpster fires.
Yeah,
See, I don't
you're
talk
talking
about
about dumpster fires, and my child is playing with some undescript item.
I just try to warn people. Like,
no, that's a house fire. Not
if I have a chill hang, this is a chill hang. If I have a dumpster fire, I'm gonna be like, just so you know, if you're not the dumpster fire type, then fucking stay away.
Holy Speckle, we know you love your dumpster fires with a certain person on YouTube that I'm not gonna mention.
Yeah.
Jennifer Christ?
Twitter.
That one, yeah.
YouTube. Yeah.
It's either that or McCrae or Tushire, one of those three.
Yeah.
Right.
She
so you started that kind of dumpster fire.
Like a triple decker dumpster fire. They burn bright and long.
But I honor B as Switzerland, and I try not to bring that shit over here.
Aw, thank you. I love being Switzerland. So does Theo if he's still around.
Is Theo here?
Isn't Theo in Switzerland?
Oh yeah. I had to tell Theo to him in Switzerland needed to get a room.
Yeah, he's only like, well, I'm in Switzerland. I'm like,
no, yeah,
we know it's better there. Fuck you, man. Shut up.
This is back when Ethan was pro-lib and Trump was just dismantling the whole country. And he was like, well, in Switzerland, they're not even talking about doing this. And I'm like, Theo, cut your fucking... Stop it.
You guys don't have the same shit. Okay, so I have to show you guys this picture because it's just too fucking funny. Ox did this. He said he's probably going to do some more. And we need a laugh. We've been so serious. So it's Ox's version of The Last Supper.
Is that your brother?
Oh, hold on. Let me put myself big screen. Yes, it is. It is absolutely my brother. Okay, ready? So that's Richard in the middle right there.
Oh my God.
Let it focus, hopefully. Ben is to his right. I am to his left. Then on the other side of Ben, it's Jenny, Otangelo, Sam, Math Pig. And then you go on this side, it's me, Nakasuchi. Who's back in the back right back there?
I need this picture.
Amanda.
That's Lavender
Diane,
Lady. Yeah.
And who the fuck is that?
Oh, is that by Lavender? That's
it's not Bionic Dance.
Bionic Dance, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, maybe. I've never seen a side shot of her, but I don't know who that guy is in the background. Right over my shoulder.
Oh, with a beard? It's blurring right now, so
I know. I went in too close. Hold on. Anyways, this is what Ox said he's going to do a couple more, but I just think it's funny. He's got Otangelo in there for I don't know what reason. And then everybody else is an atheist except for my fucking brother.
Ben is the most beloved disciple. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be John.
Oh, is that what it is? Ben did a better spot than I did?
I would fucking be John. Okay.
I got that dude's back, man. I should be right next to him at the left hand.
Y'all know.
That means you'd be James.
The fun things about John in the Bible, though, like the fact that he took the fucking time to compete with Peter. Like, you see him, and he's
I want to be on the right hand.
Well, no, and the fact that the one that got to the tomb first. Yeah. John.
I don't even know.
John,
but hang on. It gets better. So John's brother James were nicknamed the Sons of Thunder because they got so angry sometimes. So if you're John, that means B has to be James.
I am Son of Thunder though because my name means Thor's bear.
James. That is the middle name of 3 people in my family. One chosen, two born into it.
But I want to know who is Judas in the picture.
Who is Judas?
Judas is the dickhead, right?
Depends on who you ask.
Is that a Tangela?
Or
no, let's not give him that high of a ranking. I'd rather make Jenny Judas if Judas is going to be like, you know, not taking any shit and telling people to fuck off.
Well, it depends. Like if you think about it, like if this was a grand scheme, none of it would have happened if Judas hadn't done his thing.
Right.
Well, according to the Gospel of Judas, he's the good guy. He was taken aside by Jesus beforehand, and Jesus said, the prophecy cannot be fulfilled until someone betrays me. You are my most beloved disciple. You're the one who has to do it.
Oh yeah. According to the Gospel of Judas, he was like the only not stupid disciple.
Hey, Butterbean.
Which admittedly, it might be a little self-serving. You can kind of tell by the title, but I still love the idea that he's got it out.
I call it the narcissist gospel.
Yeah. Yeah.
First, I want to say, Ox, thanks for clarifying. He was doing it by the angle of the picture compared to the people in the picture. The already faces that were already there. So that's how he did it.
Okay, but I still want to know who Judas is.
Don't hit.
Oh, and the painting?
Yeah.
Oh, let me look it up. This is Leo,
Jenny,
right? Leonardo?
No, I think she means in this. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but I don't remember in the painting which figure it is. So
I don't know.
Last Supper. Which one is Judas? It's from the left, holding some silver in hand.
Oh, of
Fifth
course.
From Jesus's left or our left?
I don't know. Do you see anybody holding any silver? Show
Well,
me the money.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be Diane.
Oh, Diane.
Except that's the right side of Jesus.
Yeah. So stage left, right? So. Oh,
Math
is it
Pig.
Math Pig?
It's Math Pig.
That's kind of apropos. I'm just saying.
I'm okay with that.
Theo, real quick, I want to say I messed up calling you Swedish one time, and I'll never do it again because I felt horrible. So I remembered from there on out. So you're welcome. Yeah, so apparently Ox, you know now Math Pig is Judas.
Well, betrayed with a kiss.
Well, yeah, I think we're just going to have to find a narcissist to go in there. Sure, we won't have to look too hard.
A narcissist? Oh, wow, honey, there's a list. There's a couple in the atheist community. There's a lot in the Christian community.
There's a few
I wouldn't know what
name.
you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
But to name,
my God,
to
dude.
name them, you have to come to my channel.
Yes, Commander 401, the left hand was the hand that you used to wipe your butt in the ancient world. Yes. Yes. And so you did not eat with that hand or shake hands with that hand. That hand was only to wipe your ass. It's true. I mean, you got to think, you only use poison ivy so many times before you say, fuck this, I'll just use my hand. It's not worth it. Anybody ever had poison ivy on their ass crack? Raise your hands.
Oh, God.
I haven't, but my brother, my dumbass fucking asshole brother did.
The one that we know?
Hilarious. No, no, he's a great guy. No, not Richard. No, the one I disowned.
Because I'm pretty sure Richard would know leaves of 3, leave them be.
He took a shit in the woods and wiped his ass with it and had fucking poison ivy.
Why
up his
would
ass
you
crack.
do that?
Not
I hope it
poison
was
ivy. I'm sorry,
accidental.
poison oak. I'm sorry, poison oak.
I hope
Even
it was
worse.
accidental.
Oh no, he didn't.
I would
know-
assume,
he thought,
yeah.
he thought he grabbed the right thing and he didn't.
Oh my
He thought
God.
it was something else. And then he went around telling everybody that he had had sex with some woman in the woods and that she had poison oak on her knees,
Oh my God.
which was not the truth because he had to be manly about it. Yeah.
All right. B, did you know Nick almost died?
Well,
To who?
yeah, from which time are you speaking about precisely?
I don't know. Like he
Was
said
it
he,
upper respiratory?
no, he was like out of commission for like 3.
Oh yeah,
weeks.
I was out. No, I didn't. But I didn't almost die. It was a pretty significant upper respiratory, but it wasn't. No, I thought you meant the time I almost died of the hiccups, but that's
Was
speaking
it
of
COVID
non-manly
or was it
stories.
pneumonia?
Well, it wasn't COVID. I had COVID a while ago. It wasn't pneumonia either. I don't know what it was. It was an upper respiratory.
I can
of
tell
some
you right
kind.
now what it was.
It's
It's leftover shit from COVID. We have lots of patients that have this problem.
that
Only
actually,
most
that
of
may
them
be,
don't have a break
yeah.
in the middle. But I have heard of one other person that felt better and then got worse symptoms.
Wait, what's the presentation?
I was also that other person. Remember, I said I had an upper respiratory infection that was really horrible. That sent me to the ER, and I was
You're
there
one
for
of the many
like
people.
I was like
Yeah.
3 months. Like
yeah,
it could be,
I have
Nick.
patients.
It could be.
Yeah, I have patients that at work that, and then I'll let Ben take over. I have patients at work that they've had symptoms for like 7, 8, 9 months, and so we sent them to what we refer to as a long hauler clinic, but it's the COVID extended care facilities. What they really call it.
Long COVID.
What did I miss? Where did this conversation start? What was the presentation of the people?
Oh, we were talking about Nick's upper respiratory problems.
Nick almost
didn't know
died.
what it was.
That's all I know.
Well, the original COVID had me out for about 3 months, and then I mean, I think after about a month and a half, I was functioning again, but I couldn't really even leave the house until about 3 months. But that was like a year. I don't even remember when that was. I'd have to look that up. And I've definitely had long haul symptoms, and I've had tremendous memory problems, been very fuzzy. And then there was a cold, what seemed to be ostensibly a cold, hit my family. My daughters each had it for about an hour. My wife had it for about 12 hours, maybe a day, and I was out for about 3 weeks before I was functioning again. I still have the cough, and it's still, I'm not 100%, but I'm about 90%, and I can certainly stream and do that stuff again.
But you got COVID tested and it came back negative?
Yeah, I had 3 COVID tests, actually. I had 2 of the regular ones, and then they did the PMNR or whatever. They also tested... PCR, thank you. They also did...
The rapids are not reliable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of false positives and false negatives with the rapid, but more false positives than anything. But the PCRs are the most reliable. So if anybody you're really
they
worried,
did that on the 3rd.
Go get a PCR. They're free. The rapids you have to pay for.
I was just jumping in because I mean, yeah, you can theoretically chalk it up to COVID, but just a reminder that like other respiratory infections can cause like long-term like autoimmune issues and stuff. So like don't self-diagnose. Just there's a lot that goes into this, and like legit, I have questions and questions and questions and questions and questions of rheumatology. So like please don't assume you know what you have.
Well, I don't know.
There's what I'm saying.
The little bit I saw of Nick on Twitter, I remember you twittering a little bit about it. I went, oh, that sounds kind of familiar. But like you and I both have had COVID, right?
Yeah. I don't remember which one of us had it first, but we both we had it roughly the same. I mean, within
almost
months
close.
of each other, I think.
I think mine was June of last year, so almost a straight year. Oh, over a year ago now.
Yeah, that's I think somewhere on that.
So for anybody that's like had a COVID issues or whatever, or if you're immunosuppressed, one of the things that we've been doing with our immunosuppressed people is having them go down and get a thyroid antibody test. And if they're not showing enough antibodies, you can go to the infusion center and get not thyroid, why did I say it? COVID.
Wait, what? I was confused for a second.
Yeah, I don't know habit. It's looking at too many tests all day long. Too many test results in my head. So you can go down and get an infusion of COVID antibodies to build up your immunity stronger. So that is the thing. If somebody's concerned about that, ask to get a antibody test done.
I asked about that. My doctor said something about that it's your own immune system now that gets activated. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like it's attacking healthy cells or something.
Is that right, Ben? I don't know.
I'd have to look up the mechanism, but like
I'm probably relating it really poorly. I apologize.
There might. I'd have to look into it because I don't know. But just disclaimer to the audience, we're specifically talking about people who like have certain conditions that would warrant something like that. That is not meant to be an exemption from getting the vaccine. The vaccine will always be number one for prevention. So like we're talking people who would like don't have enough coverage from the vaccine, might be extra concerned, or people who might need to look into alternative options to a vaccine. But like talk to your doctor, especially like if you have a rheumatologist or an allergist or somebody, if you do have autoimmune issues, go talk to them. But like please get a vaccine if you can.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about I'm definitely not saying in lieu of the vaccine. No.
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
know
talking
what
about,
you were
like,
saying.
we have
Just making
immuno-
sure that the
Yeah,
audience doesn't misconstrue what you're saying.
Right. No, I appreciate the clarification. Thank you. Because the people I'm talking about are immunosuppressed people that have gotten the vaccine and their antibodies are still low. And they don't have enough built up to fight it. So they
like a
so that
non-responder.
is yes, exactly.
So
And a lot of them are, a lot of people are because they're on immunosuppressant drugs for other stuff. So you know, it's but no, I'm not talking about like regular Joe, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm talking about people who, you know, are still prone to get it and have already been vaccinated. Yeah.
Yeah, but what you're actually saying is get a goddamn vaccine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it will not kill you. I felt like crap for 3 days. Yes, after my second shot, I did. I felt like crap for 3 days, but I've suspected that I had it back in October of fucking 2019. Or no, not October. December. I think I had it in December 2019 before they ever really announced it. And people that have had it will, when you get it again, it will be, well, that's what I've heard. This is hearsay. I don't know for sure. But what I've heard is that the people I've talked to that have gotten it more than once had way worse symptoms. And by the way, they weren't vaccinated. They had way worse symptoms than someone that was that never had it and then got it. You know what I mean? Like the first round wasn't as bad.
So I had COVID, but that was pre-vaccine, right? So,
Right.
Like vaccine didn't exist. And then what was weird is like I was staying at home and everything too, and so I was so mad. but my husband is a construction worker, and they deemed him as what's the word, mandatory or necessary, or I don't remember. Like
essential,
he had to go to work.
Essential worker.
Yeah. So we think maybe he tracked it in or got it somewhere going to and fro in the apartment complex, or like the few times I was carefully shopping, you know, who knows? But like somehow I got it, and he never got it. That's the weird thing.
What?
He never got it. He tested negative when we tested him. Like I don't know. I tested positive. He tested negative. I don't know.
Oh my
why.
God, Titan in the chat.
What do you say?
From a stream earlier, a person on the panel claimed they were taking colloidal silver so they wouldn't have to get the vaccine.
Oh God!
Don't do colloidal silver. It's so dangerous. What are we, Alex
First
Jones?
of all, you should only do anything. Okay.
Alex Jones is not an authority on anything
this is how important it is. Even if you're taking a multivitamin, or let's say every day you wake up and you take a C vitamin, okay, your doctor needs to know that. There's also, nothing that you should put into your body that's considered a supplement or a medication without talking to your doctor first. Bottom line.
Yeah, also vitamin C is not the miracle drug that people think it is. Also, like something that I'm gonna do a debunk on my channel for is that supplemental oxygen is toxic. Like oxygen is not benign. Like oxygen is a drug. It has uses. There are appropriate ways to use oxygen. So like I'm gonna do a whole debunk about like the businesses that are selling oxygen just like recreationally to people. Like don't do that because it's toxic.
Like
do you know that we have
just
people
get it at the drugstore? Like oxygen?
Yeah, you can get it. Yeah. Like, it's called Boost Oxygen. Like it's because people think that you can that oxygen is safe. Like oxygen
you can buy it on
your
Amazon.
Oxygen is not safe. Like it causes a lot of oxidative damage in your body, and there's a reason. Like if you're like breathing 21% oxygen in normal air, and your oxygen saturation is high enough, like don't give yourself more. It's only going to do more damage. Like, and even in people with COPD, so like severe lung disease, we keep them around 88 to 90% oxygen. Like we don't want them higher. So it like oxygen is not benign. Like, and it can cause dependence and lots of.
That's what I was going to ask. If you get dependent on it.
Yeah. So, it's not something to be recreational with at all.
No, I mean, there's a reason why we have patients that have like COPD or they have some other underlying condition kind of thing and they need oxygen, and we have to fight to get them a prior authorization. There's a prescription written. We have to get a prior authorization through the insurance company. It's not anything to play around with.
And Purple,
there's a
they
reason
have
why.
oxygen bars here too, like where they flavor the oxygen and you just go and you like inhale like 100% oxygen, and that is so dangerous. And I'm gonna debunk that because it's dangerous.
The one downtown here just got shut down. Actually, I don't know why. It was pre-COVID. It got shut down.
Probably because it's not safe, and people realize that oxygen is a prescription.
I'll have you know that where I worked at CVS, they do sell those Boost. That's how I knew about it. And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And they were like, "Oxygen." And I was like, "You just sell this?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, you don't.
So
need
people.
it.
So okay. So I'm at the city I live in is at about 7,500 feet. Okay. So let's just say 7,500 feet. I came from 900. When you first get here, you feel very tired. You're at a higher elevation. The air's a little thinner. You're not, you need a bunch of water, and it's good to take like aspirin if you can, recommended by your doctor, and it's okay. So people were buying this fucking oxygen to make themselves feel better because they're at a higher elevation. And someone just said something about that and made me think of it.
Yeah, I'm from Colorado. So like when I was an EMT in Colorado, like someone having an oxygen saturation around 90, like if it was 90 or above, it was considered okay because my hometown is at 6,000 feet, like above sea level. So like that's normal for a lot of people. But moving down here to Arizona, it's not normal. But yeah, don't just play around with things. Is silver actually dangerous though? Well, colloidal silver has a very low threshold for toxicity, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, like you can theoretically use it, but it's like I think it gets toxic pretty quickly.
So is Neil right? Does bacon make everything better?
Bacon makes everything better, except for your coronary arteries.
So Ben, when
Theo,
when somebody with asthma gets an upper respiratory system infection, and then they end up with this long, what seems like a never-ending cold, and then like it takes about 4 months for the asthma issues to subside. What the fuck is that? Does it just kind of cycle and just like, what is that? Like, is that?
It's. I mean. You might have some long-term damage, like to your lungs. You might have a little bit of fibrosis, or you might have some. It's weird because like asthma is an IgG-mediated process, but I think like if you get COVID bad enough, like you do get pulmonary fibrosis. So I'd have to look up the actual like mechanism, what they're learning about that. From what I would guess is something related to fibrosis.
Because my doctor's like, yeah, like she normally doesn't have these what is it? They call it the episodes like that long. Like my asthmatic episodes are usually mild, and honestly, I didn't know I was asthmatic until I was an adult. And then all of a sudden, like I was having symptoms of asthma, and then they're like, "Oh, let's test you further." And they're like, "Yeah, you have asthma." And I was like, "Oh," because like most of the time I could cope with it, but it's gotten worse as I've gotten older. But like then when I got COVID, it just went bonkers. Like it just went completely bonkers.
Yeah, and that would be an immune-mediated process. I'd have to really look into that specifically, like with COVID, just because COVID's so new that like we have ideas about what's going on, but not a lot is super clear yet. So I'd have to look into it, but I'm curious as well. If you eat oxygen like edibles. Like eating like
Neil, thank you, Neil. That's very productive. Thank you for your contribution.
So like ice, like how are we eating solid oxygen? What temperature is this at?
Well, you could. I mean, I suppose you couldn't. I mean, you could put it in something. I mean, oxygen's in water. Oxygen can be in any number of.
But I mean, I was thinking like water at first, and then I was like, but what if it was like pure oxygen in a solid? That would
Wouldn't
be.
you just burp?
That would hurt.
Edible?
That would.
Yeah, it would be way too cold.
You'd be burned. You'd be burned badly.
But he says eat it in an edible. So if you're eating it as an edible, then it wouldn't. It just.
Maybe we should just let him speak for himself.
Oh no! The whole quality of the show just
would probably
headed south.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I knew Nick was in here, and he'd hate it if I came in. So I
Hi, Neil.
Hi, Maya. Yeah,
how you doing, buddy?
I'm already on oxygen edibles, so I'm doing pretty good.
I want to know how you made that possible. What is in these?
Flavor with THC.
Well, when I was making the gummy bears, I was blowing into them. So I guess that's actually carbon dioxide. So I'm on carbon dioxide edibles. And
Yeah, man.
You're the man that makes the gummy bears?
No. I don't. You heard nothing.
Don't be crazy.
You're our favorite person right now.
I'm Canadian and shit, but I'm going to use my the Fifth Amendment thing.
Because I can't smoke and vaping is about as equally punishing to me. I do partake in a gummy once in a while.
I'm not allowed to because I work in healthcare.
I work in a doctor's office and I get high every night.
Yeah, but you're in private practice and you're not.
I know, it's great.
I'm
I
a
do
student.
not care.
You're not in school. We stopped.
Sometimes I go in the morning, I'll be like, man, I'm kind of sleepy. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, I got really high last night. And they're like, oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Like, they just don't care. It's literally like, they're like, whatever.
No, we stopped testing for it.
Yeah. No, like the doctors, like when people come in and they have to, the controlled substance pain med patients, you have every 3 months they have to come in and you have to piss test them and see what the levels are at, make sure they're not taking too much or whatever. And they're like, yeah, okay, so this is what you look at. See, this right here is the THC, and they're holding up like a specimen bottle of urine, right? And they're like, this is the THC. I don't really look unless it gets above here, because who cares? Now, if they're all the way up here, then they're really abusing it. But, down here, I don't even write it down on the report. I'm like, okay. Because it's like becoming legal here, and there are doctors who recommend it in the area, so they don't freak out about it, Well, that's the old-fashioned doctor.
There's different levels of usage too. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. Like, this is a goddamn hangout.
Oh, exactly.
Like, holy shit, we got Digital Hammurabi. Like,
I was just gonna say, Dr. Josh.
There's Josh.
We got the all-star.
Man, who didn't stream tonight that normally streams? Because something's going
on
here.
Like,
I never have this many people in here.
No,
who's not streaming tonight?
You have a lot of content creators. Like, I don't feel worthy. Like, Dr. Josh.
You are absolutely.
I am like totally sucking up space.
I especially don't feel worthy. I don't think I've met Dr. Josh. I've watched him.
Josh, you want to come in and say hi for a few minutes? Can you?
Careful.
Mr. I have way too many kids to handle.
Ken Hovind. It might be Ken Hovind.
Hovind.
No.
Because I swear he sounds so much like him. You close your
I
eyes
know.
and it's Hovind, and
I know he sounds.
Hovind.
Just puts a mask on and it's.
Whoa, Goober.
Have you heard the Christmas album he did? As Ken Hovind?
Not heard. No, I have not heard the Christmas album.
Oh my God.
Dr. Josh doesn't want to wake the 10 kids.
See, I figured, Josh. There's always the kids. He used to be he would just say the wife, and now he's like, let me check with the wife and the kids.
Yeah, the kids. Twins will do that to you. I can't believe he's awake now.
Well, just
really,
all over you while you're
late
here.
For him, isn't it?
Entertaining for us.
Tiny humans, man.
Fact.
Actually, I just got his book on Audible.
Humans are like.
Yeah, no.
Cuts a side eye at my 2-year-old.
I have 2 dogs, but like they are on a schedule, so that's helpful.
What the hell?
I have a toddler that doesn't know the meaning of the word schedule.
Still Raffle Meow?
I love Raffle. I want him.
Well, Raffle is sort of my dog, so you can have Sally. That's Scott's.
That is not how this works. That is not how stealing works.
You've seen Sally. She's beautiful. She is.
There has never been a time you have went onto a panel and it was worse for the wear.
Oh, yeah,
no. So I've never
that's my job.
Had the pleasure to speak with Dr. Joss, but I have an interview with Skylar Fiction before he was a atheist on my channel. He was a deist back then.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, he's claiming to be a deist right now.
Again? Wow.
That's what he's saying. I'm not sure if he's just like starting up the Church of Raptor Jesus or if he's just trying to piss off Darth Dawkins because he's been spending a lot of time in his Discord.
Darth really gets upset at a deist. I know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I know that
now he knows how we feel about him.
Well, Darth gets upset at everybody except
you,
Mowdy.
Ox. Hold on.
No, I mean, if you
That's
go
because Mowdy's
into,
got the
Dr. Josh actually
Yeah, he's
did
besties
go
with
in-
Mowdy.
Yeah, Dr. Josh actually did go and talk to Darth. That was an interesting conversation. But no, if you talk to Darth, don't say you're an atheist. The conversation will go nowhere. And I love that picture.
This is great. I
Like
love
a
it.
man.
I like it.
Hey, Ox, I'm really
2 thumbs
offended
up.
right now, buddy. My pecs and arms are going to be way bigger than that when I'm done. So I'm really insulted. Pick a guy with some more body to him, all right?
I
Appreciate
like it.
That's funny shit. Hey, you got to be able to laugh at yourself because you know what? If you don't, everybody else will for you. Uh-oh. Just to round off the stream.
Oh, you're not Dr.
there
Josh.
All we need now is a Mikey, and this is
Sorry,
just
You're
Neil's
not Dr.
stream
Josh.
transcribed over onto mine, basically.
Sorry about
What's
that.
going on?
Whenever I jump in, other Canadians seem to hoard over. So
That's
Is
right.
that what it is?
Canadian
Oh, that's
invasion.
cool.
Ladybug, what are you doing? Do
That's cool.
not
So
throw
I
my
should
chainmail
expect
behind the couch.
Randolph anytime now then.
No, seriously. Where is Randolph? Like, this is weird. We're missing
Yeah.
Randolph and Mikey.
maybe he's,
And then you have yourself a Neil party.
Randolph, I enjoy. He's a very balanced fellow. Like I really like.
I could hit him up and see if he's around. You'll
So could
probably
I.
get him faster. Yeah. I mean,
I-
yeah.
You know what I like about Randolph is he actually embraces trolls and says there are different kinds of trolls and there's actually such a
This
thing
is
as a good
professional.
troll. And I was like, thank God.
Holy shit.
That's what I say.
What the fuck? Where? Who canceled? Ox,
Wait,
I have a
is
mission
it
for
your
you.
Popular
birthday?
fiction.
Go find out who's normally on at this time on Monday nights and they didn't show tonight because something's going on here.
Hey, man.
What?
I want to take credit for Skylar showing up, okay?
Oh,
Skylar
I
showed
thought
up.
Dr. Josh.
all
No,
me.
that's such a Dr. Josh move.
Hollywood
and it's
Squares.
completely wrong.
Yeah.
I am lying.
Brady Bunch. I don't know.
My favorite troll is still Tons of Mice. We love you, mice.
No, like standing offer. If Skylar or Dr. Josh wants to come in, I will bow out.
I have room for one more person. So if somebody wants to
Skylar's
come
in the
in here,
chat
I'll-
too. Holy cow!
Skylar
Yeah.
is in the chat.
I can bail too if
He doesn't know who
it's
I am.
tight.
So.
No, if you're-
Skylar,
I'm also studying, so I can always.
Here's the problem.
What? No,
Maya
you
does
can't
have a
go
job here.
after.
Maya's job is to
But I have a
moderate,
test.
specifically me. Without her, I go unhinged. So you guys don't
No,
want me
my
around.
job is
You know-
to troll you.
Yes. I'm not quite sure who gave you that job, but you excel at it. I'm going to give you that.
It's
But
in your Discord. I'm Deputy Troll.
no, I'm reasonably. Last I checked, that was not your title. I'm really quite sure of that. Now, if Titan got better control of the Discord, it would be your title. But that's why he doesn't have permission for the names.
It's
I
Titan
love-
that needs to get better control of the Discord. Got it.
That ain't,
I-
that ain't gonna happen, Maddie. Nice try, thank you. That's why you're not an admin either, you know.
I'm not even on your server, asshole.
Yeah. Thank God for small favors.
You're not even good
All right.
enough for him to be on the server,
All right.
man.
I love
Alright.
that Maya has
So-
flexibility with her spanners. So we give her a spanner, and she's like on my channel, and she's like, "What are we talking about? Shanny for Christ again?" And then she goes over to Ethan. She's like, "Everybody, be nice and polite."
I actually do take modding responsibility seriously. Like it's important to me to know what the mods want and to make sure that the chat is going in all these. See, yeah, I'm really, yeah. I'm also kind of trolly.
No,
So
this is the fake one, Scott.
But Nick, it's not just you. Like, oh my God, you should have been in this one chat where I'm like totally like getting on Skylar for his. Well, I get on Skylar for most of his takes. He's significantly right of me, but you know who's not? Ethan. Anyways,
Take care, Josh.
We'll
like
set up
he's
a
talking
fight
about
on my channel, Skylar.
he's
You
talking about
and Maya fight.
abortion. And I'm like, no, like your talking points are all off. Just shut the fuck up. And the rest of the chat then jumps in and they're like, yeah, Skylar, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, oh, whoa, this did not go well at all.
Oh.
And so the rest of my evening is actually being a mod and telling other people that I'm the only one who can tell Skylar to shut the fuck up.
He said he loves it. Hey, look. If Maya or Cynthia or Jenna tell me to shut the fuck up, I'm like,
No,
yes, ma'am.
I usually get on, Nick's really cool. I just get on him about like his How do you pronounce that?
Solipsism.
Solipsism. Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't my idea, but yeah.
I usually just jump in with a sinister purpose and
I'm not a solipsist, but our entire live chat is, which I haven't figured out how that works, because how can they be the entire live chat if I haven't figured it out yet, but somehow everybody in the live chat's a solipsist.
Everyone.
It's been that way for like a year now. And
Titan told us to unite, and it was done.
It was, yeah. So we're I think Porpoise is behind it, to be honest. But
what do you call it? I've gotten on B for her homeless takes and unemployment takes, and we're not going there tonight. It's cool. Me and Neil going back and forth on some things.
Did you say about the homeless shit?
You're homeless and you're
about the homeless shit.
Yeah. And
I'm opinionated about a couple of things.
I have people that want to talk to me about abortion a lot.
Real quick to be clear, and I say real queer. How appropriate for me. It's he, him.
Oh, wait, did I say she?
Yeah,
I thought I said you, B.
No, you said
your. I said I get on B for your homeless shit. Did I say, if I said she, I will own it. I'm a horrible person.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Nobody should ever be like me.
Oh, please, Maya. No. Wait a minute. Wait. Don't do that to yourself. You're horrible for all these other reasons. It has nothing. That was the least of all of the objectionable things about you.
No. This generation.
Hey. I'm going to be an advocate.
Inspirational.
Shut up, Nick. Pick on one of my favorite POCs in the world.
And Dr. Josh.
Out of here.
I love him to
moves,
death.
and then there's Nick moves.
But I'm not, like, every time I see him in a chat, like, I'm always one of the mods. I always say hi to him. Skylar's like, hey, Maya. So I'm for Skylar too. I jump in and he's like, hey, Dr. Josh, it's Maya. And he's like, who? And I'm like, Maya. You know, Maya from like every other fucking chat, Maya. Maya.
Everywhere.
Everyone knows it. Everyone knows this. And he's like, I'm sorry. Like, I have too many kids. Like, they brain not working.
What I've heard is
that's fair. That's
Maya
fair.
and Titan.
I have two, and I'm barely holding it together.
To see who can mod the most.
I'm not. I am fiercely loyal to a handful of people.
And you are top mod.
They felt the need to mod me. Actually, and it was so funny. Like when I got modded, I couldn't believe I was modded in Ethan's channel because I was actually fighting. I don't know why you modded me. I got modded in Ethan's channel. It was the most bizarre thing. I was like having an argument with another chatter about color and perspective, and it was kind of contentious. And they just like threw a wrench at me, and I'm like, why would you do this? Because now I'm a mod. And I can never argue with anybody.
I see.
Well, Maya, I can take yours away on my channel if you want to argue with me.
Yeah. Tell people then if you feel like if it's impeding your ability to like actually have conversations, then tell people and you go back to
people don't have real conversations with mods. I mean, I thought that was pretty apparent though. But I mean, there are a couple of you, not Neil, actually, Nick certainly. Skylar certainly, and I would say Ethan certainly need me to be their mods. I don't know. It's not an ego thing with me if I don't have a wrench. I mean,
I'm just teasing, but you have a lot of wrenches,
Maya.
No, it's not. That's not what the point of this is.
And it was, Titan put this in the live chat, but he was the one who recommended her for deputy head mod, and I was already a big fan anyway, so she's now deputy head mod on In Time. Now I said that's been that way for a while, so it's one reason why we've actually only had one formal complaint of mod behavior in the entire time that In Time, and of course it was against us.
I told you, I'm sorry.
Oh. That's why you lost your wrench.
Well,
quite frankly,
I'll give you a wrench.
I've got one of these things. I've got one.
Oh dear Lord! Yeah, that's why I don't come by your house. Because I see you chasing me with those things.
I like to call it a spanner, like the British people do. It's like all the Brits say spanner.
The spanner.
Say spanner. I like that.
I just love when Stool like kept going after me to give him a spanner. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Give me a spanner.
See, we're all used to it because we've been talking to people from like the UK and everything for a long time, and they all call it a spanner.
I wasn't used to it because
when they said it the first time in front of me, I was like, oh yeah, wrench.
I was not used to it because I know Stool just says whatever Stool wants to say, and I was like, all right, you keep saying your weird things, and then
oh, you noticed.
I mean, that's not to say that we all understand most of what they say. We don't. We just nod and agree with them, but we know what spanner is now, so that's good.
We have
Randolph has appeared.
All right, we're all full Canadians.
Randolph.
Oh, wow, Randolph has appeared.
Since we're all Canadians, you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
But see, I just don't understand the Brits in general because I mean, one of my favorite Brits, Phoebe, comes in and like shows off her water bottle, and I'm just like, why? I don't get it.
The water bottle. Wait,
her water bottle.
Yeah, she has like a plastic water bottle like every time, and she always has to like show it to the camera.
You mean like this with the Mickey Mouse and the.
She's probably going. She's going.
That's adorable.
You think this is water?
Randolph, you're still muted, Randolph.
That's probably what it is.
Same reason I go like that, right? I show my pipe.
Randolph, we can't hear you, so you might need to check your audio settings.
It looks like he's muted at a minimum. Yeah. He may be muted both on the mic. He unmuted himself for a second, but and then I
maybe
don't
he's
know.
mod muted. Dun, dun, dun.
That wasn't me. Okay, it might have been me.
You know something? Circle gets the square.
So am I the only non-atheist in the room here? I feel.
I do not identify as atheist.
I don't know what the fuck I am. Somewhere around atheist, agnostic. I don't fucking know. I don't care enough to even learn more about it to figure it out.
He's an atheist.
I'm atheist.
I don't know what the fuck I am. I'm what do they call them?
Atheist.
Well, I saw a combination of the Neil signal in the sky and the
like empathetic atheist or something.
What?
Then you triangulate it.
Someone who's like not totally dead set, but almost. But they're I can't remember what it's called now.
Do you see the appeal to
agnostic?
Theism, but you've seen no evidence?
That's too easy. It ends in atheist or theist or something. Something atheist.
I want Christopher to explain what
atheist? Well, no, it's not.
Means.
An atheist doesn't care. Non-cognitivist or so it's not non-cognitive. It's not atheist, I would assume.
You're thinking atheist.
It's probably atheist.
Wait, is Mott still there? Like, isn't that
atheist sounds right?
That's the
you said that. I was like,
empathy then.
Yeah, the
Where he is a follower of Bob.
Wait, what? Apatheist what?
The second A has been dropped. It's called a poke. No, we're just ignoring you. The second A has been dropped. It's called a pokapation. You don't have to say it's not apatheist. It's aptheist.
Aptheist?
I'm going to be prescriptivist here.
I want to say apatheist because it sounds cooler.
Oh, fine, then you say Wednesday too. Why don't you?
I do say Wednesday.
Well, okay, you're Canadian. I guess I expect
that's phonetically correct.
Hey,
but using things like color and
where the fuck did this conversation just go?
Just like
I'm being prescriptivist, Mowdy. Just get out of my come on. I'm talking about language.
Nick,
Tons of mice is right.
Okay.
Tons of mice is right. We're all Bob.
I just want to say this proves that you do not have to be a God believer to find disagreements. You can actually find disagreements over the names of things.
Free expression, free thought.
The non-theist, non-atheist, like I can't get all that shit together. Like it. And it changes. I
just call myself a non-believer. I don't believe in any of that shit. So I'm a non-believer, and I really don't give a fuck either. So.
Right. Well, that's what I tell everybody. Everybody's like, you should read about it. I'm like, if I wanted to read about it, because I'm religious. I'm not. I don't want to read about it. I don't fucking care.
And that's why I am who I am.
I just don't.
Well,
I'm
I read enough to make me turn around and walk away. I don't need to read anymore.
There's people
I
who
put
make
in
it complicated.
atheist, and Google's like, did you mean atheist? I don't know. Is that what I meant?
I would argue that they're apatheists. There are people that believe in a God or think there's a God that interacts, but they really don't care.
They don't care, or the God doesn't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
Those would be theists.
Well,
they don't care.
They are theists, but they're like, nah.
Apathetic theists. Okay.
Yeah, that exists in the world.
Hello, Christopher.
Hello, Randolph. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
You know,
how is your normalization of atheism going? Your campaign.
We are meeting resistance from primarily from theists, but it's fine. It's it's like philosophy. If there isn't dissent, then philosophy can't function very well. Starts to look dogmatic.
The hell was
I
that?
I can't find this anywhere without the second A.
I really like
I
that
said I agreed it was
definition.
there. I said I agreed it was there.
The allure is the fact that apathetic is in our lexicon.
I think that
adding
is.
the
I agree.
extra A makes it sound like apathetic, which helps people cue them to what it means. Atheist is confusing. Apatheist is still confusing, but it sounds like apathetic. So when you explain it, people have something to sink their teeth into.
You have the extra Q if you care. You have the extra Q. Yeah, I've just never. I shouldn't say I've never heard it that way. I've heard it that way in the stream, and I've heard it that way on occasion. But usually it's atheist. But just
and
because
always
the
remember
punctuation, the language shortens.
And we should always remember to put the right emphasis on the right syllables.
Oh, that's
exactly
right. Dude.
So it should be pronounced.
Agreed. It's very important.
Yep, one with
Not
apathy
apatheist.
about existence. That's what it means.
Apatheist.
And there's Judas.
Yes.
Nothing is finally
Judas.
Now,
Judas
show
is here, everybody. We can
Here's
go on with our lives.
Now,
You're gonna
we've
show everyone a
talking shit
picture
about you
with
for hours.
Okay, let me bring the picture
So
back
Math
up.
Pig, we can explain, but you're Judas now.
You're already.
you're
There
Judas.
are
A
some
game.
people that haven't seen it that are here, so hang on, everybody.
Yeah,
Math
everyone
Pig,
in
pay
this
attention.
group-
You're
yeah.
in the picture, so
This is so funny.
Play Lady Gaga while you're showing it.
so there's
is
Math
this?
Pig all the way over
It's
there.
Too close. You gotta zoom in. There we go. Perfect.
You had
Perfect.
to give it a
Oh yeah, that is good. That's perfect.
So from one side to the other, it's Math Pig, Sam Chaos, Otangelo, Jenny, Ben, Richard, somebody in the background back there. I cannot tell who that is. Me. Oh, that's Steven. That's who that is.
Stephen who?
Steven, the hell's his real name on I can't think of what it is right
That's
now.
okay.
Anyways, then Naka, then Amanda, then it looks like Bionic Dance, we're not sure, and then Diane.
Is this supposed to be the Blast Supper?
It's just the blank supper. There is no name on it. I don't know.
And Math
Ox
Pig
did-
is
that's just what
Judas.
Ox told me. He said he's going to make a couple different versions of that with different atheists and Christians mixed in. So he's going to have some fun with it.
Ben is
But that was-
the
that was
disciple
pretty cool.
Jesus loved the most, which is John.
Yeah, I'm John, which is awesome. I'm down for that.
Do you
You're
see
John
that? Hey,
now?
Neil, I
You're
want you to
John.
feel better. They're taking my head and putting it on other bodies now too. So here you go.
yeah, you showed that one earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
Now we're all
are
caught
you
up.
advertising Old Spice now?
If you're Canadian, I will likely Photoshop you onto a tauntaun.
I just told
Oh,
Ox, Randolph, I
guess
told
we're gonna
Ox
find
make
out
sure
what
the
a
guy's
tauntaun-
more buff next time. I mean, what's that scrawny fucker? Putting my head on some scrawny ass body. Fuck that.
I thought they smelled bad. On the
I go to
inside.
the gym like 4 times a
Yep,
week
yep.
for a reason. Anyways.
You are
Now
looking a bit stacked, actually.
Oh no, I actually have nothing has really changed.
Oh,
Now I want to
It's just a good
Photoshop
tank top
be
on me.
everywhere. Can I Photoshop you on 300?
Who, me?
On
Who?
like the
I'm just gonna
Sparta.
Photoshop
Do it.
you.
On 300. Yeah, that would work. That would be nice. That would be good.
Who?
Like, what's his name? Butler.
Me. I'm gonna Photoshop you on the 300, dude. Oh, this is Sparta.
On Butler.
What's the
Gerard
300?
Butler.
I don't even
Wait.
know.
You've
The
never
movie.
seen 300?
The,
Or like even a 300 meme?
the Battle of Thermopylae was this big movie, Gerard Butler, and it's 300 people defending Sparta from the Persians. They invade. They get
Oh, I
them in
did
this
hear
narrow
about
pass. Yeah, that's she wants to put you on the head guy there. The
Oh,
king,
the dude.
played
Yeah,
by
that I have
Gerard
heard
Butler.
of.
That one.
They're
Yeah,
really,
I have
really
heard of
buff.
That would be
Like,
the
we
only
should
way
kick
I'd
you
ever wear a
into a hole.
skirt. That would be it, though. I'd wear a skirt for that.
Not a skirt.
Math Pig is not sure how he feels about this.
Nice.
It's just airflow.
Ollie, yeah, you can play the coins game if you hear my phone go off, you go for it.
Tons of Mice is calling everybody Bob.
Is that just
Hail Bob!
Someone sends you a text? Is that all it is? Just like text your phone and then it goes off?
Any notification.
Any notification.
The 300
Bobs. Wow, that should be confusing.
Right.
Kind of like Planet Marklar.
Max said 300 is soft gay porn.
It is kind of. So like I had this discussion with the at the time when 300 came out, I worked in church and the guys were talking about 300 in the most homoerotic ways.
Whoa.
And they were just like, we just saw 300 and their muscles were like this and they were like raw and their chest and their pecs and they're talking. And I was like, this is like the most homoerotic thing I've heard in a while from church. Like, go on.
Sounds like hard.
So I guess they're not going to K-pop.
Are you sure, Ox? Did we pick out the wrong that knock is actually well, I mean that fits too. It doesn't have to be Math Pig.
The last super.
No, it's more fun when it's Math Pig.
I like Math Pig being Judas.
Yeah.
I do too.
So who's Peter? Because Peter slashes like the sword around and cuts off ears.
Oh, Math Pig wants to come in. Oh,
well, remember, he did it by the
defend
angles
himself.
of the faces. It wasn't. I don't think when they made that, he paid any attention to who's who. He just whoever fit the faces, the correct angle of the faces. If that's what I heard correctly.
Yeah, that's
so Math Pig, don't
put it
take
in
it
a certain order by person. No.
Yeah, that's
now you have to. You have to redo it. Judas has to be Math Pig.
Instead of the Last Supper, we should call it the Demolished Dinner.
The Demolished Dinner? Oh, that makes sense. I like it.
Demolished Doctrine? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Demolished Dinner. I hope you saw that, brother, because that was some pretty good shit. Also, just so you know, I took some pictures of me in a red beard. Just so we could laugh about it. I need to send that to you.
I actually find art really fascinating, and religion is one of the vehicles that you see art in. But like, if you ever look at the different versions of Jesus, it's interesting because German Jesus is like super bloody and veins are popping out and like, he's like suffering, and then like you get like these other artists and like what's the other one? Who's the surrealist artist that makes the dripping? Dolly has the weirdest looking Dolly. Jesus is like demon possessed looking and he's got like golden hair and I'm like, this is a really creepy Jesus.
That's probably more realistic. I don't
know. See what Andy Warhol would have done with it.
Yeah, right.
Tomato soup can with Jesus on
it. Some fucked up shit.
Hi, Math Pig.
Top of the morning to you.
How are you, buddy?
Literally morning there.
The top of the morning. Yeah, I mean, it's like ass crack of the morning for you. Is it like 4 a.m.?
I've got 25 minutes. You got me for 25 minutes before I have to go to bed.
Oh, cool. Math Pig's here.
Well, Math Pig only goes on 2 hours of sleep, and I love the fact that you changed your thing to a pig as well, Randolph. Thank you for that. So now we have 2 pigs down at the bottom. That's good. Although the one has a mathkini on, so I think that pig wins.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, he's got a mankini on.
You changed it.
Oh, no, not
Get the actual picture of Mathkini. We want real Mathkini.
Yeah, do you still Mathkini?
Hey, anybody that hasn't seen that, well, you could find it.
Oh, that is hilarious.
No, it's not hilarious. It's glorious is the word you're looking for, man.
It's hilarious the fact that you did that little swing thing and everybody saw everything except for your right nut. That's the only thing I didn't see.
No, that's not.
You know how disturbing that is when your little brother's just like flinging his shit around on and you have to see it. Like I didn't know that was coming.
No one did.
It's shocking, sir. Shocking.
Fucking surprised us all.
You know what? You're gonna have to do that again, Nick.
Okay. I'll surprise you.
Hi, Nick.
Volume down.
Hey, Matt Pig, how are you? I'm doing good, thanks. How you doing?
Good.
And the other Tony is in the. Oh God, I can't keep track of the. Yeah.
I don't even bother. Your bumhole can go and just play with our own.
Yeah. So, Catnip, thank you for bringing that up. Just so you know, Math Pig, we were talking about making you a chainmail one. So where the pouches will be a chainmail around your like nuts and stuff, and then the rest of it will be, like some nice silky like red black cloth or something.
As long as it feels good to the people that wear it, if it feels good and you think of me, I can't help it.
That sounds all in close and personal.
Oh damn!
Randolph, I don't know why Randolph's the one. Randolph exposed himself on camera.
Oh no!
Is Christopher still here? Christopher, very sorry for this.
I want your abs, Ben.
I need that picture.
Missed you, Christopher. I hear you had a wonderful stream on Sunday. It was the morning. It was the afternoon after a stag party. I did miss it, but it's good to see you back creating content again.
That's a good picture, B.
Thank you so much, Math Pig.
That is a great.
What was that
Happy
stream about?
belated birthday, by the way.
Yeah, Christopher, quite a few people have been recommending I get onto your stream. And not only just because my middle name in real life is Christopher, but
which everybody knows.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is why they were saying it.
Yeah,
I was thinking of making pasta next Sunday just to try and get back on Christopher's.
Yeah, I've been on one of your streams. It was quite enjoyable. I look forward to getting on more in the future with you guys.
Oh, I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say.
Yeah, but having Christopher on always makes me hungry.
Oh man, that's all I do is talk about food.
Yeah.
I was out for the weekends because we're hitting our 20th anniversary this week, and so we wanted to celebrate this weekend.
Just to point out, if Tony Designs actually became a woman, that's she's too good looking.
Hint of the day: trim your shit. Just saying.
Trim your shit. What are you talking about?
Trim your shit. Pubes. You're getting caught in chainmail pouches.
Oh dear.
Designed for testicular.
You're going to have to make some
penile
chainmail pouches that are designed for 70s bush.
Yeah, no, you don't want one of those. Don't do
So I
it.
have a way to solve this. So back in the days, they used to have padding. They used to have padding underneath the chainmail that you'd put on first, and then the chainmail after.
I did say
How did
when
you know
Catnip
that?
and I and Ben and everybody we were
Because I
talking
used
about,
to
I said
draw.
you should put a
and
liner.
I had a book about knights.
Yeah, I said you should put a liner on the inside of the pouch. Like that wouldn't be cool. That'd be fucked up.
That would be the sensible thing. Yeah.
If you put, I'm just saying, if you put lining on the inside of your pouch wearing a Mathkini, you're cheating.
It's no different than what you're wearing. It just has chainmail on the outside of the.
Tons of us having way too much fucking fun right now.
This just brings up chafing questions.
I just wanted to pop in and say hi to Christopher.
Mankini's gonna do that to you anyway.
Say hello to B. It's always part of her game.
Yeah.
And, good to see Christopher
Umbrellas
here.
like a baby seal.
Thank you so much,
Good
Matt.
for you, Mac. Your legs too? I don't care about my legs.
No, he came in to like interrogate B, and then like he hasn't said a word since.
You should care about your legs. They take you everywhere.
Right.
Skylar, there is an amazing group of people in the chat as well. So I appreciate you guys.
Don't believe him. He said that in my stream earlier. He's just trying to please everybody. Don't believe him. It's all a lie. It's all a lie.
He says that to all the boys.
I just want to
Only
say that
winding up,
Skylar wears a hat inside, so that means he's dishonest.
Hey, wait a minute. I'll have you know that Skylar and I have a love for the same kind of hats. I have like 4 or 5 of these. This is my summer one. I have 2 winter ones, and then 2 that I a leather one and another one that I don't usually wear.
One of the theists he was in a discussion with, his name
Here
was
for you,
Neo
buddy.
Cloud. He yells at Skylar and goes, "Well, you're wearing a hat inside, so you're obviously dishonest."
What does that even mean?
What?
It means I don't have any valid arguments.
Oh, I remember that.
And then
Yeah.
Blackgate
12 of
ensued.
these. Does that
Holy
count?
spackle. Didn't 13 Heathens do a hang right after that where everybody was mandatorily had to wear a hat?
Oh yeah, and then it picked up, and we were trending on Google Plus at the time because everybody was posting hats with a hashtag of Hatgate and Skylar Fiction in solidarity with Skylar Fiction, and there was like people with ridiculous hats.
I was part of that.
Yep.
I had a big floppy hat that I wore. I remember that.
Yep.
Hey, look, when I first found Skylar, the only reason I went back to watch him is because he had a cool hat, and I thought this guy deserves another chance. And I've been subbed to him for like about almost 2 years now. So
Neil made us all wear surgical gloves on his last stream, and I ain't kidding. There's like screenshots.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. It's only your stream. It's only got your name on it. You're not responsible at all for the content.
What?
Yeah, we all were
Weird
snappy
that
gloves.
you said that he made you.
Yeah, I made you
What
get
about
up
you
and
said
go
that he
get
made
some.
you? Because anytime I go onto Neil's Hangout, I wear
I'm
gloves.
gonna shoot you.
Every time you go
Probably
on Neil's
advisable.
Hangout, you wear
Yeah.
gloves.
Carry some of that hand sanitizer with you too. I imagine maybe a condom. I don't know.
Ox said that's the real Math Pig.
I can't.
Oh,
I don't know what's
God.
funnier. What Neil just
You
said.
gotta you gotta blow your screen up, or what do you call it?
I really like that. I would use that as my
Yeah,
avatar if I was Matt
solo
Pig.
yourself and show that
I
again.
missed.
Yeah.
I was
Alright,
I was
alright.
over trying to Discord Christopher Mouty. We're not talking about our nudes, but what were you
Ooh.
talking about?
Look, Matt
no,
Pig,
who
look,
made
Why
that?
did it go?
There we
Who
go.
made that?
That's
All right,
wrong.
I'm breaking out the gloves.
Ox, that's wrong.
Uh-oh.
That's wrong.
Here we go.
Yeah.
He's
There
like,
you
let
go.
me at him.
Oh, hey. That's
I
awesome.
feel like this is one of
That-
those pictures where they go, this is attractive, not this. And they
Ox
show,
said
like,
this is the real Math Pig.
I-
No, this
I-
is Math Pig when he's like 70. Gets the
That's
dad
Data
bod.
Bacon.
Excuse
That's Data
me.
Bacon.
Excuse
70's
me.
not a
Excuse
dad bod.
me.
That's grandpa bod.
I'm do-
Yeah. That's dead bod.
60? 50? I don't know. Where's the cutoff? Tell me it's not 50. I'm going to be really pissed off.
It's not 50.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I just turned
Okay.
50.
yeah.
Let's leave
No,
50
no.
alone.
Well, that's sexual masturbation.
You scrawny little fucker.
Holy shit! You can bounce corners off
nothing,
that
son.
shit.
Hey, Math Pig, you want to have a competition?
You ain't
never
nothing,
mind.
son.
I don't want to embarrass him because he's so scrawny.
No, we don't
Might
want
as
him back on there. That was so bright.
I remember one time I went to Christopher Mouty's
0
stream.
10.
And like I think it
I'm
was your
ready.
stream, Mouty, where everybody was shirtless, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, that was. I don't know how that happened.
Just in case he
Dragon
pulls that
screen?
again, I'm ready.
I think it was because like drag or I don't know, somebody that normally is shirtless was there, something like that.
Oh my god.
It was like
Uh,
all
Math
from the
Pig-
shoulders up, nothing too big.
Mac wants to know what you're doing later, and you look like a good cuddler.
Yeah, I'm sleeping later because my woman said to me, if I stay up any longer, I'm going to fall asleep when we spend time tomorrow. So this is why you've got me for 25 minutes, as I said earlier, to 4 o'clock, so that I don't fall. Yeah, 15 minutes now, 16, so I don't fall asleep.
Hey man,
Counting?
I'm
Ox
super
said he's
impressed.
so sorry to hear it's cold there, Math Pig, and he hopes you're staying warm.
Yeah, Ox is in denial. He asked me 3 times about the truthness of the Mathkini. Ox, just take a seat back. There's no problems there.
You just saw Matt exercising, so he's staying warm.
Nick, I fucking hate you.
What?
Wait, what?
I'm sorry. I said that wasn't intended for you. That was totally the wrong. So, I'm sorry about that. I'm terribly
Saying
sorry.
that is the
Sure it
small.
was.
I am actually now the smallest weight-wise that I've been.
I'm so confused.
I mean, I have always been in around 13 and a half stone, but I'm now just under 12.
I totally did not screen capture that picture of Math Pig and send it to Neil. That did not happen. That I've been framed.
Fucking lies. Lies, I tell you.
Damn.
You guys are gonna run out of those bobs eventually.
So Math, are you
Nick,
gonna
I'm
put
gonna
out
have
a
to-
calendar?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
I
have to
would
hand these
buy
over to
that.
Nick now. You get these.
Can we make the Math Pig calendar? Can we
Can we
do
please?
this?
Oh, that's awesome.
We
How
could
many
also
people-
just we
between
could also
Ox
just
and
make
Mike?
the atheist community calendar and just take all the most
I
embarrassing
have-
photos of
I
everybody.
said, yeah, if I hit the 1500 for New Year's Eve this year, we'll take it one stage further than the Mathkini. But I'd rather, but maybe we'll go. With
And
the
this
10
encourages
instead.
people to sign up.
Yes, this encourages
Hey,
people.
Neil.
Yeah, no, yeah, they'll
It
they
doesn't
have
encourage me.
ideas.
You want your glasses back? There.
We get an atheist community calendar, and we've got like Math Keeney, We've got my picture that Ox just made. We get Neil's face on my drag
If I can
wig.
just sorry, Ben. There's no Ox made this picture. We want you in your skinnies. All right, this has to be real. I did
it has to be real.
You're getting
How
the
about just my
skinnies with
snappy
the
gloves?
gloves.
How about
You're
just my
getting
snappy
the-
gloves?
No, we want a skinnies with the gloves. It has to be real.
Okay. Well, I have a huge packer, so that'll be great. Because I get to choose my size.
You know, that line never worked for me in the bar.
This is
You know,
bullshit.
that's quite funny because B actually said to me that one time. B was like, "Shut your fucking mouth, because I'll pick a bigger dick than you have, and I'll fuck you with it." You know, it's
That's exactly.
Well, I wouldn't do that, but I do have.
Me and him were giving each other shit, and he started running his mouth. I said, "Watch it, motherfucker! I'll have you bent over with a bigger dick than you could possibly have,
I could
because I can buy any size I want."
I was playing
lady,
Conan games earlier today, and
Yeah.
I made a giant dick
Yeah.
on my guy just because the guys that I were playing with kept making females, and there's nudity in that game. So I was like, I'm just gonna make a giant slong, and they're like, "Why did you have to do that? Can you put clothes on?"
Holy shit!
Oh crap!
Equal opportunity.
equal opportunity sodomy.
Lord of the
Married
Bobs.
by the brag.
The
Well,
funny thing
okay.
is, there's a musical group.
I'm
called
married.
The Bobs.
I'll brag. I have a big.
That
I
is very
too
funny.
have a big dick.
I have a big dick in game.
No, she's saying he's upstairs. That's what Maya's saying.
Access to.
To catch a mocking Bob.
Yeah. Lord of the Bobs, To Catch a Mocking Bob, Helicopter Bob.
I love my cult. I started a
Bobbit.
great cult.
Wait. We have
Bill
we
Bob.
have we have potential cult leaders in here. I think Christopher would make a great cult leader.
Bob
Ben,
I already started a
Ben
cult
would be a great
yesterday.
cult leader. What's your cult name?
I started a cult. It's the cult of Bob. It's it's actually the cult of Himalayan salt dildos, but we all call each other Bob.
What?
It was a whole thing on Neil's stream yesterday, so you gotta go watch the after party because
Yeah,
I
they were
started the
competing
whole
cults.
thing. I was just
Well,
improving and it
what?
happened. I have a cult now, and that's why Mice is doing the tons of Bobs. It's
So do we
reference
have
to
to-
my
No,
dildo
I-
cult.
You only have a cult now, and you did have a cult
You-
before.
you
with the
have
fucking
to make
snapping of the gloves following.
t-shirts.
The Himalayan salt dildo. It's great.
Yes.
It's also a multi-level marketing scheme.
So how many
This might
points
be
do
a
you rack
band.
up in the bite model?
All of them.
Good answer.
So I want to know, what are your diet restrictions in this cult?
We
are they
believe
different for
in
men and women?
freedom. So
You have to eat a lot of meat.
no, we believe in freedom. So you can eat
I'm
whatever
kidding.
you want.
Yeah. Eat whatever you want. Yep.
That's sounding less cult-like now.
So cannibalism.
Well,
You
it's
still
only
ha-
freedom of certain things, so that you don't acknowledge that you're losing freedoms in other places.
Ooh,
So, yeah, you got to know how to work the cult.
Yeah, she's very honest about
call
how that
bullshit on
cult
this cult
operates. Yeah.
It
What's
is a
that,
multi-level
Christopher?
marketing scheme. So
I call bullshit on the vagueness of this cult.
Yeah, exactly.
I never said it was vague. I just said it was a cult.
I'm saying it's vague. It's too vague. I need to tell
Oh, you need more details,
rules.
sir.
Well, there are rules. It's you have to sell my shit and you recruit people.
That's easy.
So Ben is
Yeah.
the head
So it's
Bob,
Amway.
and
Yeah.
It's Amway.
Do you have some kind of equipment that you use for tenderizing meat, like beating it up in the kitchen and stuff?
No, this is a Himalayan salt dildo cult.
Mm.
So
Oh,
I
it's
have a
all manual
question.
labor.
If I use this Himalayan salt dildo, isn't it gonna hurt?
Yeah, but that's the toxins leaving your body. We've been over that.
This sounds like a lot of manual labor.
Toxins leaving your body.
It's manual labor for not me.
so I guess Ben, if you're head Bob, then I'm gonna have to be General Bob.
No, well, I already got Jonathan already jumped on, so you got to jump in line.
I want to be
This is-
Rear Admiral Bob.
Bobbing and jumping on top.
Does this come in the color purple?
Yes. So
It
here's
comes in
the
any
other
color
thing.
you want.
So
It's the
so
cult.
you also you have to like the reason why this cult is so vague for now, and I mentioned this yesterday, is that like
now
there's
you're
certain
admitting
classes.
that it's vague.
No,
I appreciate your honesty.
Well, it's vague for you because you just don't understand enough. You have to take classes.
Just admitted it.
No, no, I understand, but you're just not ready yet. You have to sign up for these classes, and you have to take these classes, and they're very expensive. But it's the cost of your eternal salvation, right? So it's worth it. It's worth the money.
I mean,
you can mitigate
good versus evil.
You
right?
can mitigate that cost by recruiting other people.
Right.
Like Amway.
No, it's not quite a pyramid.
That's not a
scheme,
no. That's
but
a
it's
pyramid scheme. We're not a
scheme.
pyramid. No, we're not a pyramid scheme. It's
But
multi-level
it's not a
marketing.
pyramid scheme.
Yes.
Multi-level marketing.
Yeah.
Have you guys, in all seriousness, heard of the? Well, it's arguably a cult called the Avatar.
I have not heard of that.
Let's just say that they borrow some ideas out of Scientology, but they're not Scientology, and they were banned in the Netherlands.
Oh, good.
Okay, Randolph, we can hear your keyboard again, and this time I did not frame
really
it. This
loud.
is straight up
that's-
legit. It really is your keyboard this time.
Dude, it is loud.
Very
and
loud.
Math Pig has
Sorry
to
about
go.
that.
So Math Pig, I love you, man, and I appreciate you coming by.
Where did Maya disappear?
Good to see
I don't
you.
have to go for like
Oh, there's
another
Maya.
8 minutes, but that's fine. You can get rid of me. No, that's fine. I
Well,
understand.
you said
Nobody
don't
likes
pay
me,
in the
just
private
an
chat.
asshole.
You need to
No,
go.
that's fine. No, that's understandable. No, that's understandable. I don't.
Math Pig, as
Fuck,
always,
dude.
it's good to see you.
Help me out, bro.
I'll come drink with you, Matthew.
Bob Madoff.
I'm just laughing at cult leader Bob, who's just like,
Bob.
I'm just gonna eat some ice cream yogurt.
Baba.
B, thank you very much for having me.
That's it.
Christopher,
Love you, buddy.
You got to show
Christopher.
yourself.
Christopher, check your
show.
DMs in Discord, man. Check your
Show.
DMs in Discord.
Chill.
Sure.
Love you, buddy.
Very good, brother.
You're
I'll
all a
talk to you
bunch
soon,
of
man.
See you, Matt.
Hate you all.
Love you.
Well, he was encouraged.
Finally. No, just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, I thought the
I
vote
love
we had
Talk about him, he's
beforehand was
gone.
binding, but okay.
Thank God that asshole's gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, if you're gonna
Tyler
come on here, you better
How are
have
you?
on one of these hats, or I'd be very disappointed.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Hold it.
Tyler.
asshole.
Tyler is awake.
No, wait,
I have to
seriously,
savor this
hold on.
moment.
No, everybody hold on.
Oh, my lord.
Everybody hold on. Seriously. Skylar's never been on one of my streams before. This is a first. We're popping the Skylar cherry. Thank you for coming
boy.
by, Skylar. I really appreciate you, buddy.
I appreciate getting to talk with all of you, getting to see Maya, getting to see her in the flesh here, the mod of my channel who's been there for so long. Amaya, thank
Oh my
you so
God.
much.
I should tell you about the time when he banned me for trying to defend him to Christians.
I don't think that
Who's the
happened. No.
original
There,
deal?
there was a mix-up. I think so.
Plausible deniability.
We all know that I sometimes get like I can't pay attention to what's going on. I think I accidentally banned her on accident. That's the only thing I can think of.
Maybe by the phone.
I was there.
Buttons.
I remember that.
But I think somebody messaged me on
That's
Discord.
true.
I got it like a year later, and I was like, "What? Did we get this fixed?" And they're like, "Yeah, we fixed this months ago, Skylar. Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Okay, I'm good." Mowdy, Christopher Mowdy. I've hung out with this person in the flesh. What? Literally,
Oh,
we've
really?
literally ridden Splash Mountain together. Listen, we've ridden Splash Mountain together.
That is the story.
That's true.
Was that before they had the
That is a
separate
crazy
seats,
story.
or when you had to cuddle each other? What was it the
Well-
time when it was like the cuddly, and then or the one? When
I don't think there's a point in going after they changed it, frankly. But
Well, we tried. I mean, listen, our goal was originally just to cuddle, but I was like, we should go also to Splash Mountain because I was like, if we're gonna cuddle, we need something to talk about afterwards, right? Like
Yeah.
during the cuddling.
I want a little bit of
Right.
darkness so I can put my hand between your legs and grab that hammer.
There you go.
No, it's
Oh my
no,
God, you guys are too much. I can't even stop putting them up now. It's
And
hilarious.
can we say
Beneath
Holy
his
Spackle here?
bobs.
Well,
Hey.
okay, so Holy Spackle, which I've known a long time too. Hey, so
Hey.
a long time ago, I begged her to put. She was doing like a channel where what Thirsty Theist. What was this?
Thirsty
channel she-
Theist.
Thirsty Theist, right? And I was like, "Hey, you can interview me. I want you to talk to me." I didn't have anybody watching my show at the time or anything. And she's like, "I'll interview you." So she made this like Photoshop picture of me, right? And like the beard was white, just like it is here, right? Like right now.
Yeah.
Right? And people were like, "His beard's not white." Well, you saw the future. and you see what YouTube did to me, right? It turned my beer white after all these years. So,
that's what I
mean. No, Skylar.
Okay,
I feel you. I feel you.
Skylar,
exactly.
You gotta set the record straight. So Spackle thinks you're a atheist, and you've been telling Darth and all of his minions that you're not.
Yeah, I said I knew you when
Well,
you
hold
were
on a second. Let's
deist.
get something straight.
As
the husband to the original deist, as the husband to the original deist in the great debate community. Oh no! Don't put your hand down, son.
No, you can put her on camera, and I'll say this to her face.
Shanna.
I will say this to her face, right?
I will say,
the
hold on.
real
Hold
deist was this guy right here. Sorry.
I told her that you were opening the church of
Listen,
after Jesus.
we know who the real deist was in Google Plus.
Yes, Shanna, my wife, the former Shanna Rocky, currently Shanna Mowdy.
But you know what? There are things that make that contradict that. Like, why would she be running one of the largest atheist communities on Google Plus at the time? Remember?
Why was she running a philosophy of religion group?
On an atheist thread, like on atheist.
It was called the.
There's a community in Google
Mowdy?
Plus.
Was it the atheist? Was it the atheist Google Plus? It was a joke.
It was philosophy of religion. It was a Google Plus philosophy, but it was handed to her by an atheist. And Christopher Hitchflap, the pedophile, was up in arms about it and was all pissed off about it.
Well, he's in jail now.
He's in jail. Yeah.
I had no clue about Christopher Hitchflap.
Yeah,
I did not know.
fucking Florida.
What was the name of
it? When I went to go hang out in Florida, the New Covenant Group.
Florida's wild, man. You gotta
Christopher,
Florida is
what was
best
the name of
place
that
in the world.
community?
Philosophy of
The
religion.
philosophy of religion group that Shanna ran.
It was huge.
Oh, philosophy. Okay.
It was a really big. I think it was one of the biggest groups.
I think it was a G
I've
plus.
seen.
Yeah,
It was sponsored by Google Plus. Google Plus promoted it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool back in the day.
Back in the day,
There was a big atheism community that had 50,000 members or something, and it had gotten hacked and taken over by deists, and all hell broke loose at that point.
By deists or theists? Because deists usually are very.
Deists are a subset of theists. They took over the group, and then they refused to hand the reins back. But they also refused to give any kind of good reason for why they're not doing that. And of course, there's a lot of skeptics in the group, so they kept getting hammered with questions.
Oh,
it didn't go
the only
well.
people that are upset at deists are atheists. Like, I swear to goodness, like if you're talking, there's this weird suspect thing of like, if someone goes, "I'm a deist," they go, like you're just what, like as if deism is a gateway drug, kind of like thinking slippery slope. And
well, this particular group was obviously in with the hackers, but or they orchestrated it themselves. But it was unfortunate that Google Plus shut down before that got completely resolved.
You're saying that there's a deist group of hackers that hacked into an atheist page?
Yeah, I think what happened was they got somebody on the moderating group and they became owners of the group, and then they kicked everybody else out. And so to say it was a hack is an overstatement, but everyone called it a hack.
It was a takeover.
Yeah, it was a takeover.
It's still it is uncharacteristic of deists, at least as much as I know them. But I will say this: I don't think it's atheists per se. I think it's rabid anti-theists who have a real problem with deists, which is really hilarious because most deists are actually anti-theist as well. Oh dear Lord!
Yeah, it makes no sense. Or you can, it doesn't make any sense at all. Like anti-theists that hate deists don't make sense.
Human behavior. So they're as irrational as any theist that they claim to oppose.
So just to answer your question from earlier, I think you were asking me what I am. Who was
Oh yeah.
And sorry, I think I cut off Mowdy too when he was trying to say something, but you know what? I just want to cuddle with Mowdy. So, anyways, Christopher. I would consider myself a pantheist, right? When I was a deist, I was more. So someone convinced me. Like I kept using the word pantheistic deist, and someone was like, you know what? That's kind of redundant to use the word deist there. Like it really doesn't fit. Just drop the deist.
I think you said pandeist at the time.
Because it's Because it's like a form of deism where you believe, like, it's a pantheistic version of deism. But really, I don't know what the necessary component is there. I just rather, the more I think about it, I'm just a big Alan Watts philosopher fan, and I more like pantheism is what I kind of stick to. But it drives these guys crazy that do the precept arguments. So I just do it even further.
They don't know what to do with deists, so what they usually do is they'll move the deist over to atheism and then do atheist arguments.
Yes. Yeah, that's Angelo. Darth just yells at you.
Favorite person, because
Maya, this one's
smart
for you.
Deists, they want people to think that they are atheists, so that they can.
Holy shit!
Wow,
that's awesome.
That's looking good.
That looks pretty
That
awesome.
actually is
Badass.
badass.
I wish
I
I would
like that.
focus better.
I want to be one too.
Oh yeah, that is.
Maya, look at you.
The goddess I was
I'll
always
send
meant
you
to
that
be.
picture. That Ox did that one. I'll send it to you.
It's like a Valkyrie almost.
Yeah,
That
almost,
looked
yeah.
pretty wicked.
Like a
And Valkyrie
badass
meets
fucking-
Morticia.
Right.
But wait.
Maya, you have one of the. I'm just gonna say you have one of the best smiles, right? I never get to see
I
the
do.
picture. You just have a picture that I always see. So now seeing you in real person, I'm like, it's an amazing smile.
Yeah,
All right.
great fetching, I hear.
Concur.
I agree.
She's beautiful. I don't bring her on for intelligence. I want to look at her.
No, I just smile. And
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's both.
no, I just smile and I fuck with people. Skylar, you're going to talk.
No, I love giving you shit.
Look, if
Maya.
you have a brilliant mind and you're good looking at the same time, more power to you. Like,
no,
it's great.
Skylar is explaining pan-deist because apparently this is what we're doing this stream.
We're not going to continue to talk about how beautiful we are. Is that what we're not doing? Is
Well,
that
no, so
really
Marty got the atheist.
Angel of
Apatheist.
Shadows.
Where do we
That's
fall on
poetic.
that? What are we calling it? Atheist, apatheist.
I've given
I was
either
told it
is
was
acceptable.
atheist.
Atheist is the way
Atheist.
but, you know,
Apatheist is what I like to say,
Apatheist.
but I don't always say things correctly.
everybody would know what you mean either way. I don't think it matters. I was just busting balls, but atheist is the way I learned it.
This is the
Quick,
first time
everybody
I've ever
say
heard
something about
somebody take out
Tony's
the
icon.
remove- This is the first time I've ever heard people remove the omit the second syllable. It's always apatheist. I've never heard anyone say apatheist before.
Yeah, we had that discussion. Well, I mean, it's the same thing as Wednesday and all. I mean, words get apocryphated. They shorten overuse, and I learned it as apatheist, and that's the way I've always heard it by philosophers and whatever. But you know what? I don't think it matters.
Not really. Yeah. We all know what we're talking about.
I mean, if Neil says it, I'm going to give him a hard time. I mean, I think it was. Yeah.
You have to be really pedantic with your word, and you have to throw in all the philosophers you've ever met and all their what do you call it? Everything they've ever written. And my God, Nick, have you even read Draper?
And it's you know how long it's been. I mean, my Stanford Encyclopedia over there has got like an inch of dust on it. But don't worry, if Neil opens his mouth, I'm opening that sucker up.
Okay, Nick, I'll lay off you. But I was going to say, you know, we saw that lovely artwork by Ox there putting you
Apple
together.
yes,
to make it
don't
look
care
like
about apples.
the angel
Apple
and stuff like
face.
that. Apple face, yeah.
Oh, that reminds me.
And then
Skylar,
I get artwork like this.
Skylar, I can't stay. I got to go to the Apple event, so I'm going to mute you.
Yes.
Apple can be a cold.
Gummy bear shit.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Is that what it is?
Oh, you
It's a
got it now,
604 gummy bear?
Oh wow!
That's an oxygen gummy.
That would be an excellent
That's an
sock to
oxygen
troll
gummy.
Neil with.
That's
Like
right.
whoever
Love that.
trolls Neil, make that happen.
Seriously.
There's more.
Oh my God, you guys are too much.
There's
These
Neil
fuckers-
Stradamus.
Neil Stradamus.
Oh my God, hold on.
That's awesome.
Hold on. Get you back up.
So I wish like people would come up with really
Put a little
clever
closer.
names like that. That's
And the
really
lighting
good.
will fix. Oh, there we go.
That's awesome,
Oh, he's
man.
got his
with
big
the, with
The
the
doobie and
handkerchief
the
on
beer.
head. Yeah. Doobie.
Yeah.
You
That looks
gotta
like
make
it would
that.
go-
You gotta
know,
throw that in
that
your intro.
seriously, that picture looks like it would go well on the king card on the deck of cards.
Well, maybe I'll put it on a T-shirt in the merch store.
There you go.
That's pretty good.
Neil Stradamus. That's great.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Pandeist. No, I'm not getting off this. I need to know what it is.
You say pantheist?
No, Skylar is a new thing. He is a pandeist.
Abatheists.
Pantheism. I just view pantheism as the idea that I think that we're all. I don't have any evidence or proof for any of this, so I'm not trying to like make arguments for this. I'm just telling you guys what I believe. Okay, so
it's fine.
Legal words.
I view pantheism as the idea that I believe we are God manifesting itself within physical reality, and that what we're experiencing is God forgetting what it actually is, and this is the only way that it can experience something new. And I think that we're all the same thing. I don't think there's any separation between us. I think we create our own separations, and who knows? What I'm saying, it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better at night when I go to sleep. It makes me feel like there's some kind of purpose.
Is this what he looks like?
Oh,
I love that.
Maybe
that's a good one.
Python, yes.
So Skylar is, if it's you're saying God is all of reality, I guess all the universe. Is that mean that reality or the universe is a thinking mind or not? Where do you take it?
No, I would say I don't know. I don't know if we're all. I mean, we're all spirit. It's God experiencing itself. I mean, in some aspect, it's conscious. But I was you probably if anybody's heard my show, I hate to repeat stuff, but like if you've heard it, so I always use the analogy.
I've heard you talk about this.
I know. I'm sorry. I always feel bad because you guys are. I'm more talking to you like friends because we're all friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
So like I view it like in the sense of okay, I'm gonna give you the Alan Watts analogy. Okay, imagine like every night when you went to sleep, it was like 1,000,000 years. Okay, first night you go to sleep, you live all your carnal desires. You sleep with everybody you want to sleep with, eat all the food you want to eat, get all high as you fucking want, get wasted, do all the carnal things that make you feel physically better, right? And then maybe you do that for 1,000,000 years. You go to sleep again. You're like, you know what? I want to do something better, right? Maybe I just want to live out fantasies of mine, not necessarily physical. I want to be the hero. I want to do whatever. Boom. You do another 1,000,000 years. Now we're to a point where maybe I just want to do things that help me grow, right? But I think about after how many nights of sleep, right? 1,000,000 years every time. When would it get old? When would eventually, in something a being that's eternal, that is always here, what would it take for something new to happen? Like what's the only way that you could do something unique or something that you as an all-knowing being wouldn't already know?
Exactly. Yeah.
You would basically wake, you would go back to sleep and forget who you are for some type of purpose to grow. Yes, and that's
like
what I would think
all over again.
Exactly. So, for me, that deals with the problem of suffering, the problem of evil a lot, because I think what these roles that we may get into in humans, that in the physical realm, that may be, I don't know, it's hard to understand why anybody would want to go through the awful things that human beings sometimes have to go through. There may be some kind of bigger picture.
Skylar, come on my show.
Who's speaking? Who's
Go on the
right
show.
Who's that?
As Neil.
Oh yeah, bro.
You've never been on Neil's show?
No, I don't think so, dude. Yeah,
You should go on Neil's show.
Yeah, just email me.
You should go on Neil's
show.
show.
gmail.com. I'll just email me. I'll just anytime you want to have me on, bro.
Dude, you should
I'll
come
tell
on
you
my
what,
show.
man, I follow you on Twitter. I'm not sure if you follow me.
I gave up my Twitter, so that I don't know if I got rid of it because I get too toxic. I become toxic on Twitter, and I break bridges, I burn them to the fucking ground sometimes.
There were a couple of dump heat fires that I was like, Skylar, man, what are you doing? What's happening?
I don't like.
Yeah, I had the same reaction.
Twitter's a toxic environment. It brings it out in people.
I mean, no, like Skylar is like the person that you leave Twitter because you interacted with them.
Yes, that's true. I have no patience.
I say this with love.
No, it's true.
He pissed off all the pagans, all of them, simultaneously.
Just go leave this one up.
It was a great show.
There are some key buttons you can hit with the pagan community, and like Skylar was like, mash. I was like, no.
You can't tell me you believe Thor is real, right? You're not going to tell me. You're not going to sit there with a straight face, right?
That's
and
right.
tell
You
me
got-
that you believe Thor is a real being, right?
Wait,
I always
it's
thought
not.
it was more like metaphorical or allegorical, like it was just
Yeah, no, it's
I've
not.
seen
It's
him
not.
in a movie. He's got to be real.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't have time for that
Fat
kind of
Thor's
nonsense.
real.
I don't
It's
have
on the
time.
internet.
Real.
Hey, I've hung with people who say that Thor like came to them. So, and frankly, as far as I'm concerned, it's no different than if the number of people that I've met that have said, okay, yeah, I was in my office and then the devil came, tore it up, and then Jesus came and saved my ass. And it's like, okay, if that can happen with Jesus, I don't understand why that's so hard to believe it happens with Thor.
Fat Thor came to
Loki
me
came
in a
in,
dream,
fucked
and then
everything
I
up.
had a
Exactly.
and then I had a grilled cheese with Fat Thor on it, and Fat Thor's real. Fat Thor is
I
the
just
only real
learned-
Thor.
There are certain topics that I just can't discuss. I don't care. Like there are certain topics I'm learned. I'm not going to talk about them anymore on my channel. I'm not going to do it because I'm not. People think that even something like mine was talking about earlier. We were talking about like pro-life abortion issues, right? I am the worst pro-life person ever, right? Like I don't vote for pro-life politicians at all. Like at all, I would never vote to limit a woman's rights because of the situations there. But I will make philosophical arguments just so we think about things, to talk about things.
Right.
But you can't do it. But you can't do it. No, you can't though. That's the problem because it instantly goes into fucking toxic. I want to kill you, Skylar. I love everything else you say. But so this is the thing that happens, right? Everyone will be like, I love you, Skylar. But you make me want to strangle you and cancel your channel because you disagree with me on one
And
fucking opinion.
That's coming
and I
from a
can't take it.
pro-lifer. That's coming from a pro-lifer.
Yes.
I want to
He
say
is,
this
no,
real
but
quick,
like the
though.
last time he did that, he pissed off a bunch of pro-choicers on Twitter who followed him.
That's
into
easy
his
to do.
chat.
That's easy to do, though.
It
Frankly,
was it was great. It was a great stream, but I could see how he would find it stressful.
so I just want to say like, and Maya and I have talked about this. Like, I'm technically pro-life in a personal sense, but as a voter, I'm a pro-choicer in the sense that I can't find a single pro-life law that doesn't invade and harm women, like in their future and stuff. But I'm finding that position is not that rare. It's just that they don't have a home and they feel like they don't have a voice for it. Does that make
Right.
sense?
There's a lot of people that believe what you believe in the atheist community, like a lot.
See, I think the Satanic Church is now filing that the abortion ban in Texas violates their religious freedom because their God, who is Satan, gives them a right to an abortion. if it turns out that the Satanists bail us out of the Texas abortion law, I'm gonna laugh my ass off if they win on their God.
No, it's just sweet justice.
The statues are great what they've done in those states. I did not want to bring up an abortion topic. I'm sorry. I just literally was just giving an example. I was just giving an example of what I can't do on my show anymore.
Why don't we just abort the topic altogether?
Race relation stuff too. Like I get eaten up about that for some reason. I don't know. That I'll defend, but like
I'm just saying that is a very heated emotional topic, and anybody that has any nuance on that topic are going to be eaten alive, and there is no room for any nuance on Twitter.
Yeah.
It is all just short. Here's what blah, and then it's like blow up. Like, and so like Twitter's probably the worst place to have an abortion discussion.
See, I'm
It's the worst place
pro-choice
for
all
any
the
kind of
way.
discussion.
I'm pro-choice all the way, right to the very end of the pregnancy, and because I'm pro-freedom and I'm against human slavery and other things like that. So it got people challenge me on it, especially religious people, and they do it so often that there's a Conservapedia article about me that really twists it to make me look bad.
That you're a baby eater, basically, and like
They don't come out and say that, which I'm glad about, but they definitely harp on the abortion stuff, and they say they phrase it as killing babies. So, because that's no surprise, but
you're not arguing for like 9-month abortions, right? Like you're not arguing that we should abort fetuses at 9 months. Like I mean, obviously medical necessary abortions.
The word
had a kid for a year. Time to abort.
Okay, I need to clarify.
Exactly.
I'm not arguing that it should be. That I wouldn't put the word "should" in there.
Yeah.
But my view is it is bodily autonomy is a human right, And so a pregnant person is entitled to these human rights just like non-pregnant people. And at any point, if they want that out of their body, that's their choice. So that
Randolph, I have to ask you a very serious follow-up question to this then. How do you feel about aborting 3-year-olds?
I was waiting for that.
I think I know who that's a reference to, and I don't think I want to say her name, but that's infanticide, and that would definitely qualify as murder. I don't think there's anybody's going to be pregnant that long.
That's for you, Ben.
Oh.
I just knew that would get your attention.
Yes. That's brilliant.
I'm trying to forget that, but that
B, you weren't the only one that was working out. I've been working out a little bit too, and I had this.
Good.
Oh dear Lord, I can't wait to. Yeah. Oh.
That's his Rambo impersonation.
That's not working out a little bit. That's
I
working out
recognized
a
you
lot.
immediately, Neil.
I just saw you a week
Was
ago.
it the size of my sword? It was the size of my sword, right?
It was the expression on your face.
Oh, so, yeah. I make that one a lot.
So,
especially at the doctor's office. Oh, Scott,
Randolph, are you sure you don't want to give certain people any more ammunition to do a 2-hour stream on you?
Oh.
So we just had an election here in Canada, federal election. So the party that was
I haven't heard nothing yet.
The party that was in power. Okay, I'll just not spoil.
So who won, the moose or the beaver?
The moose, of course.
Okay, that was all I needed to know.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, no, I watch Rational National, and he throws Canadian politics in there sometime. Your Conservative Party was like really starting to wild the fuck out.
They want to do stuff like outlaw abortion and
crazy shit.
Bring in gay therapy and stuff like that, and they're horrible people. I don't like them at all for that kind of stuff.
So Trudeau won again? He's the person who's still prime minister of
Trudeau?
Yeah, Justin Trudeau. Yeah, he got reelected.
Yeah.
Oh, I said no spoilers, you bastard. I'm fucking with you. I already know.
Tony's fault.
I figured you were doing that, Neil.
Yeah, you know me too well.
I'm keeping up with.
What are you drinking there, Holy?
I'm keeping up with my pineapple theme. So I had pineapple pizza, and now I have Pacific Pineapple 2-Town cider.
I'm still mad at you.
What are you mad at me about?
Alcoholic pineapple juice.
For the pizza or something else?
For the pizza.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't help it. Like, I'm from this
Oh,
state.
you can help it.
I'm from this state that embraces
exactly the
pineapple.
problem. You can help it.
Pineapple on
Everybody can help it.
Pineapple pizza? Is that what you had there?
Oh yeah, Hawaiian pizza, man. Yeah, absolutely love it.
Oh,
yeah, me
Ham,
too.
And I don't even like ham. Like the whole thing just turns me off.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you. No, thank you on that. Oh,
It's a double
pineapple.
whammy. I can upset people that like don't like to eat ham, and then I can upset people about like fruit on pizza. So it's a double whammy.
Fuck, put anything on pizza, I'll eat it. I don't give a shit.
I can't believe they're not trying to cancel you as we speak.
I know, right?
I've had a few flags on my channel, just not for pineapple yet.
Yet.
Weirdest thing I've ever had on pizza
and
is
she's
crickets.
all like, "Ooh, look,
Oh.
pineapple-y." I was like, "I love it."
The anti-vaxxers try to get
crickets
people canceled.
Yep, I've had the
Anti-vaxxers,
weirdest thing
oh,
I've ever
they're
had
big.
on pizza is crickets, salted crickets.
You know, I haven't eaten a cricket, but if I was starving,
Crickets are
to
good.
death, maybe I'd eat it.
Bugs are a great protein source, and like honestly, I think it'd be great like if more countries started eating bugs.
2/3 of the world does.
Well, and it's actually our
Yeah.
natural diet. I mean, we evolved primarily on bugs, which is something that people. I mean, you know.
Yeah, and I
Well,
think
we
it
eat
would
like shrimp and crabs, and they're
it would address a lot of the hunger issues too. They're easy to like produce.
I've had tarantula.
Like, they're good nutrients.
Ben, do you know if they've started making protein powders out of grasshoppers yet?
Neil's hardcore.
Yeah, you can make flour and stuff out of it, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I guess I'm talking more like the way that whey protein is used.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Yep.
Now I know the sustainability people are trying to get us. It's those fat worms. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the grubs. The mealworms, the grubs.
I think it's
big ones.
the stick mealworms.
Oh.
Yeah, like I'm always seeing those on like the news. I don't know. I get my
great. Yeah.
I get my news from so many
I'm
different
all
places.
over it.
I want to say Now This was the last time I saw one, and they were like, "Hey, you can do all these different things with them," and they were showing people. They were like, "See, you didn't even know that wasn't real meat. No, it just tastes like whatever the fuck they taste like." Somebody said
Tastes like
seafood.
grubs.
Yeah.
See, I think like for all the conversations that like I know there's all the debates even within the atheist community about veganism, but like I don't think veganism is a sustainable answer for most people, especially with like affordability and things. Like it's not practical for the majority of people. I do think eating insects is a more practical solution and a more environmentally friendly solution to actually like help the situation.
So, Bob, when are we going to have an insect barbecue?
I'm done.
So if you guys like do a whole insect cookout, I will totally watch that shit. So
I'll do it.
I'll watch it.
I just need to know when
to be there.
I gotta know where to get like these insects to eat.
I can help you out. I've had Goliath bird eater legs, like tarantula legs, and they taste very much but quite close to crab because they're related.
It's basically a land crab. So
Yep.
Oh, that sounds good.
So that's too hardcore for me. I was thinking maybe crickets.
That's like too far. Some spiders there.
Let me correct you. I don't want
Oh, come on, man.
I will eat all the mealworms.
What's wrong with crab? Just keep eating that.
While we're at a pause point, Ollie has to go, so we're gonna let him jump off. Thanks for coming by, buddy. I appreciate you.
Right.
No, it was fun. Have a good night, guys.
Stupid o'clock in the morning.
Singing.
20 after 12. It's not quite that late, but yeah. Have a good one, guys.
You too.
Later. Good to see you.
I'm too
Thanks for
fucking
hanging.
baked for you guys, man.
You guys could come down to Florida. We can get some gator. I can make some
Don't
gator.
go to Florida. It's a death
I've
trap.
heard so much about it, and I still have to try.
And if the
There's
gator
gators 50 feet away from me, down.
and
here
if
in
the
river.
gator gets you, you're going to need some gator aid.
I still want to evacuate people from
Shush, Randall.
Florida. Skylar's on the list. We need to evacuate Skylar.
She does always bring you up whenever she talks about her death to Florida plan.
Yes, so like Florida needs to be
Yeah.
sawed off and be the swamp that it is with all the pythons. And we need to rescue some key people like Skylar, Pew Review. Like I know there's a couple others. And I was like,
Might as
okay,
well
come
get
on.
Genesis undead on your way out.
Yeah. We'll rescue you guys. But Godless Girl and Florida can sink into the swamp
Right.
together.
It will.
Godless Girl
It'll
to
sink
Florida.
into the swamp.
Oh,
It
that
will
answers
sink
so
into the
many
swamp, but
questions.
the waters are going to raise enough and just bury it eventually.
I wonder where she's at in Florida.
Like,
Where's
how do we
Godless
keep
Girl
them in
Florida?
it?
What city?
I don't know her city. I just know that she's in the
Why,
She seems
Skylar,
like a
what are you
Tampa-
planning?
Well, no, I view like I think about Florida. I
He's
think
like,
about
I
the
wanna
kind of
meet her.
person they are, where they are. Like she seems like a Tampa person, like a Tampa, Florida, like person.
like a
Like
persona
I'm
type
an East, like I'm East Coast Florida. Like we don't. The West Coast is that's where a lot of the
Yeah, it's
crazy people
different.
are.
He's right.
South.
It's totally different.
Oh, Kitty, the atheist, I'd rescue.
yeah,
Kitty,
Kitty
Yeah,
is.
oh yeah.
Get in the boat, Kitty. Come on.
There you go.
Yeah, you have to be
probably
about
like the
Florida
town I'm in
sinking.
now, Holy Speckle.
Would I?
Yeah, I think you would. Like my town's like I'm not gonna say the name of it right because it's too small of a town now that I live. I don't live in Orlando anymore, but it's near St. Augustine, is what I'll tell you. And northern Florida, the weather's better. It's better temperatures. It's still hot, but like it's much more beaches, nature. The people are a little bit more chill. But man, Central Florida is nuts. It's just a city. It's like Miami,
Well,
and
there's
people are
like
wild.
there's Miami and it's like wild, and then there's like the stand your ground castle doctrine part of Florida, and like I'm just like no.
That's pretty much most of it. That's your.
Yeah,
See,
that-
like
yeah, I was
you
gonna say
only
that's
have a
most
couple
of it.
liberal cities. You have
And,
Tampa,
like-
Orlando, Miami, and that's it. That's
And
about
what,
it.
what is going on in Florida that nobody believes that COVID is a thing, but like everybody's dying of it?
It's too red.
What do they think is
too
happening
red.
to everybody? Like, are they being raptured? Like, what the fuck?
Well,
They're
now
just
that you
dying.
speak
They're
of
just
it,
dying.
probably
That's all they're doing.
raptured.
Yeah, they just die. That's all it is. People they're disconnected from reality. That's the only thing I can say. I hate it. I go places and I'm just like, I don't want to. I can't listen to people. Like I'm gonna lose my mind if I listen to people arguing. Yeah,
we should use the word discombobulated.
Discombobulated. It is. It's
Ben. They're still going in the chat.
They really are.
For like 30 some odd minutes now of just Bob stuff. It's
I
just
started
keep looking
a
over.
thing.
You guys are talking about like serious shit, and I'm totally distracted by the chat.
Yeah, and they're all like Bob kebabs.
Yeah, Bob is the champion, my friends. I love the smell of Bob in the morning. Reservoir Bobs.
This is a refreshing change from all those pants jokes. Skylar knows what I'm talking about.
Pants?
Oh my god! No, those are great.
Short video about the debate between me and Gavin Herleman.
Oh, is that like the hat gate? Something like that?
It's like Gavin no pants is what we call it.
No.
Gavin has no pants
Crackle,
on.
you didn't see it?
Wait, what? No, you were in a debate and someone took their pants off?
No, he was sitting there with his pants off and
With
stood
his pants
up.
off already, yeah.
Yeah,
he just forgot that he didn't have his pants on.
He did not
and
forget.
decided to get up.
Oh
and
no,
leave.
I had underwear
He
on.
did not
Everybody was
forget.
like, dude, no,
Don't be
you
that
didn't.
nice. You're not allowed to be that nice.
He pulled a
I made a
Justin
music
Bieber.
video for it. You can watch.
Fucking
I'll give you a link to
Flash,
the side if you want to check
Randolph.
it out later.
There's a music video?
I made
It's
a
a
music video
funny
out
video.
of it. Yeah,
That video is so
what I called
funny.
it.
Yes,
you can't,
Jay,
I wouldn't
welcome
play it
to the
live
pod.
just because it probably is copyright stuff, but like because it does definitely has copyrighted song on there. But yeah, I got in there and had a little fun, added some music, and
Yeah.
it's decent. Put it in the private chat.
Everybody was talking about that shit for like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, did he
What
do that
made
twice
Gavin
to you?
famous?
Did he do that twice to you, or just once?
Oh, I refuse to go in any more debates or any kind of conversations with him after that.
Okay. So you were
it's not
supposed to have
happening.
two, and then you canceled the other one.
And there's a number of debate channels that don't want him on ever because of that. So
Good for them.
that's a normal response. People want nothing to do with him.
There you guys. You can go over later, of course, because you don't want to miss
Yeah,
this
not
fun
now.
shit.
Yeah.
But later, check that
Later.
out. That's Skylar's
Oh my
shit.
Yeah, I
god.
mean,
And I
It's an
remember that.
awesome
It's pretty
video.
funny.
Yeah, no, Gavin is a piece of shit. I mean, just
Yeah.
anyway.
He
But like
has a
that,
dress shirt on and everything, and then there's nothing.
yeah.
And you know the weird
apparently-
thing is he's always like in a library at a college or something.
Oh,
I swear
and then
that's what it
later-
looks like.
After he
And
first
then I'm like, dude, are you sitting in there at night with no pants on? What if somebody walks in? What if
See,
I
after
mean you're
he's-
on a live stream? I at least put underwear on. Fuck.
Oh, it gets worse. After he stood up, then he went to walk to the back door, opened the door or something, and a bird flew and he reached up and jumped up for it. Showed even more. But the audience apparently was lucky because the
Don't remember
the
that part.
camera's auto brightness settings adjusted and kept blocking out all the naughty bits. So he can't even do the filming right.
That's so
Oh my
bizarre. I
goodness.
had clicked it and I was like surprised, I guess. I didn't know he had a dress shirt on.
And the reason
Yeah.
I'm not laughing or anything or distracted is because I'm looking at my notes. I'm not seeing what's going on.
And everybody else is like dying, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Randolph, why aren't you reacting to this?
So is this Gavin guy like a fundy or like what is he?
Yeah, he's a Christian. We were arguing, we were
Christian,
debating
yeah.
the Ten Commandments, and
He's a praises friend or mod
yeah.
or
He's one of those guys that has that script, pre-written script, he says,
Yep.
and if you deviate, you
Like
lose him.
Dawkins.
And he sounds like he looks like and kind of sounds like the stapler guy from The Office.
He
Stapler
does.
boss.
He does.
Yeah.
I believe
Uh,
it's my stapler.
I cut
But
that into my
Doorknob head-
videos too.
Doorknob head
terrible.
says he's from Bob Hub.
So I mean a lot of us like get on stream and like maybe like I don't know. You might direct the camera away from whatever action's going on or like I don't know, like maybe somebody has no pants and it's no big deal as long as you're not
Talking
on
about
stream. Like I don't think like it's a moral.
Sorry.
I just
Sorry.
realized what you were doing, Neil. I was like, what the fuck is that sound?
I mean, I don't think it's a moral issue of having no pants on stream or anything, but like at least like be embarrassed
No.
if you stand up in the stream.
No. Like
Well,
this is, he
maybe
did
it doesn't
on
have to be. I didn't get a good
purpose.
look.
Oh, it's on purpose.
He did it on purpose. Like they're like, well, we don't know, and I'm like, no.
Wow.
We know. Like,
well, do you guys know the history behind him? Do you know what happened with him?
No, I don't know.
Okay, guys.
No idea.
Well, okay. Well, this is I can't. You can Google. I forgot what was real. I think you Google his name. Anyways, so he's from like New Zealand or Australia, one of those places. And basically, there was this big controversy because he was kind of wealthy. Him and his wife were really wealthy, and like they were about to get a divorce. And he gave all his money to his wife and was like, "Stay with me," basically. And the wife was like, "No, no, thank you," and just kept the money. And it became like it was like a big news thing. He's like interviews with him in the news about it, and you can find it. I did some kind of video about it once, but whatever his full name is, just Google it, and you'll see the guy's name come up.
That's
you can
kind of
watch a video of it being interviewed. Oh, but don't. He's a complete monster of a human being. Like he has no respect for others.
Is he like Matthew Paul?
Dumber, like not smart enough to be like.
Is that possible?
Like, yeah, I mean, he's like
really cruel.
Yeah,
he's kind of closer to Darth Dawkins.
He's really cruel.
Yeah, but stupid. He's like stupid Darth, though, right?
Yeah.
He'll he puts you into these impossible like if he knows you're an atheist, he'll put you into these impossible questions. He'll mute you, ban you, like just for no reason, even.
Gavin doesn't compare to like Otangelo's smarter than Gavin, I find.
Yeah.
A lot smarter.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Neil's like, really? Yeah.
I mean,
that was my first thought. I just kept it to myself.
To hear
but I feel like he's
Otangelo,
above that bar.
to hear him talk about chemistry just makes my heart hurt. Because
Well, Otangelo certainly isn't dumb. I mean, he's not stupid, but he's
about, well, yeah. Like, dude, do you have any idea what you're saying?
No,
because you clearly don't. Know
He's reading the wrong information.
He must be.
And he doesn't care to correct it.
Right. He doesn't care to correct it at all. Like the correct information doesn't get him to his God, so he just completely disregards it and goes back to his script.
I think it's quantity over quality. I think he figures as long as if he just throws enough answers, something will, and then it'll go off or whatever.
He's gently dismissive, I would say. No. He doesn't really get vicious like people like Darth.
Yeah, he's not. I mean,
that's true. He doesn't do that. He doesn't.
I mean, he's not vicious like Darth, but like he does do that kind of grifter, round talk.
Hey,
I want to do this.
Dawkins.
Like, well, actually, you just talked to him. Skylar,
Stop
did you
it,
talk
Neil. Stop
to
that.
Angela
Stop that.
today?
I did. There's a link. I just put it if you want to read the article about Gavin giving his wife $250,000 and her keeping it, and then him not. It's terrible.
I gotta see this fucking shit.
Skylar, you talked to him today, right?
I did. Yeah, I talked to Angela.
Well, yeah, and then
It's
he did
a
the
soap
same
opera.
thing.
That
And he
is
did the same thing
hilarious.
on Math Picks chat later, where it's just like, okay, I'm going to ask you this question, and Skylar did a really good job of like kind of keeping him like, no, this is my channel. Like, you're not going to over talk me. Math Pig is nicer. You can't be nice with him because he'll gish gallop, and then it's like, no. You didn't answer the question the way I wanted you to answer it. Therefore, you're not answering my question. Like, he does the same shit that Darth does. He doesn't have the dad voice. So people think he's nicer than he actually is. But Otangelo is Darth. I'm gonna die on that hill. Because
you're correct. And I'll tell you what.
Otangelo, children still talk to him.
A few months ago, Otangelo started becoming Darth understudy for a while. And so that's when he started becoming more aggressive, I noticed. After that, he's been kind of on a more aggressive streak ever since. So you nailed it. And he's learned from Darth is why.
That's true. There are some folks that have started out sweeter and then they're pressured into this aggression. And some of that stems from feeling humiliated. And I'm just going to make a suggestion that in Christianity, there's this, you're repeatedly told that you have the truth, and you should have the answers. And there's that verse, always be prepared to give an answer for the hope that you believe in. And there's this pressure for these, especially if you go on the internet as an evangelist, and these poor folks beat themselves up and they think they should have an answer for everything, even if it's fucked up or if it's like
completely stupid. God did it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't have an answer, so God did it. How did God do it?
And honestly, the goal of Precept is to shut people up.
Right.
It doesn't win the argument. It stops the argument. It stops the discussion is the goal.
Yes, Otangelo is more polite. And I agree with Mac. No precept argument ever convinced anyone of anything, at least as far as I've seen.
No, it just stops conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
I was kind of mean to Otangelo today when I kind of was making fun of him in the other room when he went, because okay, I'm sorry. I went into like Darth Dawkins' chat room on Discord.
Why?
They just, I really do it to stream and be entertaining. It's terrible. I just do it live stream to talk because it gives me someone to talk to. I can't really get people on my show. So I go in there, and what they do now is they just mute me. It's me. They mute me instantly, and I just sit there and I do commentary while they're all silent because nobody can talk because they'll be muted. And Otangelo started talking, and I said, "Man, you kind of sound like a Muppet." Like you're from the Muppets, and like
Frog.
Yeah. Well, and then during the hangout when he joined my hangout today, I didn't realize he changed his icon to a Muppet, which was hilarious. Like as a joke, like he actually.
I didn't
even notice it.
Kermit.
That's good.
I was walking around with Kermit for a while. That's right.
But
I just realized I got into a discussion with him right before I got sick, and I never finished it. And he's gonna be sitting there going, "Yeah, Nick, I totally kicked Nick's ass. He wouldn't even answer."
Yeah, right. That's what they do. That's what they do. If something happens in your life and you can't talk to them on YouTube anymore, they freak out.
Nick, the correct response is
Uranus, if you summon Otangelo, I will kick your ass.
So Skylar,
No,
did
thank
you know that Darth condemned me and said, what did he say? It was like in a Discord chat. We were arguing. Finally, he mutes me and says, see, and then he quotes, I think, Romans 8:23 about hardened hearts and all the stuff. And then she says, I'm giving her over to the atheists. She's already one of them. Just like, you're able to give me over to who are you?
They already claimed.
Darth gave Skylar a huge compliment today. You were like the second most obnoxious person he's ever met or something.
Yeah. I feel like I'm being shorted though. Shouldn't I be number one? I'm pretty obnoxious sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, take a bow.
You have to up your game, Skylar.
You have to have goals, Skylar. You have to have goals.
You're going to have to up your game, Skylar.
I don't know what I'm doing with my life. That's what I don't. That's what I'm.
We're encouraging you.
My
first encounter with Darth Dawkins was probably close to 10 years ago, back in the Google Plus days. And I was on a Google Hangouts thing, and he was trying to push this stuff on me. I ended up chatting with him for about 30 minutes. There were other people in the stream, and then it got on to other people because there are other people there. But my evaluation of that afterward, my observation is that he likes to run interrogations. And so I told people about it, and it seems to have stuck since. But it's like now it's very prominent. I can see it's easy to see that he likes to run interrogations. He's got more and more like that. So the trick to having a conversation with Darth Dawkins is be prepared for him to do over 80% of the talking, and you can go on for quite a while with him.
Just tell him you're a theist. He'll stop. If you tell him you believe in God, his whole precept argument falls through. Well, I should say he doesn't. He'll go after. I guess when I tell him,
he will go after progressives. So if you're a progressive theist, he will go after you and say that you're an atheist. He will go after deconstructed Christians, progressive Christians, emerging church Christians, Catholics. He really hates Catholics. It's like Kill Bill music on Catholics. This guy,
it's like what's cool these days.
Right.
Or maybe the clergy touched him at some point.
What I noticed is he's not teaching his acolytes appropriately, because there's been a couple of times when I've made the mistake of going into a Darth hang and he's not there, and his acolytes are just pressing me to defend atheism, and I'm like, yeah, well, my atheism isn't offended so much that it needs to be defended. And also, I don't have any good philosophical reasons. So I take their end argument and I begin with it, and they don't know what to do because they can't just agree. And I have no good philosophical reasons for it. I can't justify it. It's a psychologically satisfying state for me, and that's why I think it. They're like, no, you don't. What? Holy shit! Yeah. Like this isn't even dating.
See, they start out doing stuff like that with me, and somebody in their group always turns it into a debate about abortion.
So
That's
they basically
Antonio. Is Antonio
Skylar,
still
check the
around?
private chat.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's in there. every day.
Antonio is obsessed about abortion. If you want to see Antonio in action,
Does
watch
he want to have one or something? Or
watch Shannon Q's watch Shannon Q's interaction, because she's so patient, and you can see her
Yes,
patience
she
getting
is.
tested, and you can see her face drop, and you get like little tells that she has. But you can see like she is being so patient, and he's ranting about abortion and like just going off in the most horrible, unkind, worst way, cringiest way ever. And again, like I think there's an argument for certain stances of pro-life, but he's like that vehement pro-lifer that thinks it's good to go to an abortion clinic and be like, you're murdering babies, holds up picture of like miscarriages, like one of those
Oh,
horrible,
Fuck
like
me.
he's
man.
that militant, and you can just tell, like it's just, yeah. But like, yeah, like Antonio hasn't shifted out of that last time I spoke to him.
Well, and he's
Skylar,
a more
check
like
the
he
private
doesn't
chat.
even watch it with the private. Oh, he's a moron too when it comes. Like I would argue with him one time about Scholar Fiction Show gmail.com, my friends. That's the easiest way. I don't have any other social media now. I don't have, Scholar Fiction Show gmail.com to email me to get a hold of me. Okay, I'll take it.
You bet. You bet.
Let's see here. But I was going to tell you one of the things that was funny about him is I got in there to debate him. He was like, there's no medical necessary reason for an abortion, and I'm like, that is ridiculous. I was like, I was like, but you know what he ended up telling me was like he doesn't count the types of abortions where doctors will cause a woman to miscarry, basically, in order to end the pregnancy. He's like, well, those don't count. That's not really abortion.
That's
and I'm
like a high amount of abortion right there.
Yes, that's how
Still
close he was
abortion,
about
there's
it.
just different reasons.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but that's the point. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and that's the thing. A lot of these folks. I mean, what do they do all day? Like they're in they're in there. I don't hear anything like I don't ever hear them ever talking about anything that's I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I've been up all day. I don't know. They're just dumb. I'm sorry.
Well, let's just say this. Antonio is unmarried.
They're just dumb.
He's unmarried. He hasn't said that he has the gift of celibacy or he's asexual. He's unmarried. He's still a virgin, and he's talking about how people should have sex and what they should do with babies. So like, like there's that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Which one's Antonio? Is that one of his mods?
He was, and he was in the show today. He was the guy that was talking crap about me the whole time. He was the one that was like talking to Darth. His name, he's got a different name in there. It's like Loki or no, I forgot.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He was the guy that was literally just saying, like, he was like, oh, well, I don't know why Skylar's in here. Like, he's listening to me. This is the thing. I'm in their chat room muted, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all listening to me on my channel in their headphones, right? While I'm doing commentary because they won't let me talk. So
this
I'm
is perfect because you're getting the views for that. So
Yes.
you're actually getting more views. Your algorithm's going up the whole 9 yards.
Oh, God. This is what's so hilarious. That's what it cracks me up about. I'm like, I'll just stream this. And then they're like, he's out there streaming. Look when a guy sits and whines about us not being fair the whole time. And I'm like, you guys are complaining about me when you could do it. You could literally talk to me about these issues. There was nobody in the room. Nobody would talk because they were so afraid they were going to get server muted. And I'm like, this room is called Politics and Religion. You guys have killed the room because you have some people that are just so afraid to have their egos hurt.
Oh yeah, no. Darth came in the room and everybody was muted. Seriously, there was 28 or 29 people in there. All of them were muted. Like I've never seen anything like it before.
And just silent, and then me on my channel doing commentary, and every once in a while they'll say something complaining about me, recording them and doing it live. They're like, "What's he doing?"
See,
He's sitting
that's
there.
what Darth Dawkins insists on. If he's going to participate in a public channel, he always insists that the whole audience be muted and only he and the other person get to talk, and the moderator from time to time, because he wants to focus his interrogation on one person at a time. That's what he's doing all the time. And people bring him on because he brings in a lot of views, so they're willing to do that on Discord.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I do get it. I mean, I sat there and streamed him, so I do get the what he brings. My thing with him is if he was smart enough, he would be rich running a YouTube channel right now. Like, it's so crazy to me. If I could irritate people at that level and get that many people wanting to talk to me, I would be like, okay, $5 to come in and talk to me. And I would do it. Like, I would make so much money, and like the views, the super, like he's got minions that follow
I'll give you 10.
him. Yeah, like seriously, he does it. And I told him to his face, I was like, Darth, you are missing a golden opportunity, man. I'll tell you this, I got to go to bed, but I'm going to tell you this last thing. One time, way back in the day, back at Google Plus, me and Darth were arguing. Right, we're arguing Google Plus. It wasn't live on YouTube or anything, and it was me and like one other person and him. The other person left. He just stopped arguing with me. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, and we started talking about, funny enough, my Apple products. And he's like, oh, I was like, oh, I'm on my Mac. And he's like, oh, I love Apple. And then like this motherfucker starts telling me about Apple and told me I was wrong. I worked at Apple at the goddamn time. Like, he's telling me about how I'm wrong about Apple products and how they work. I'm a store goddamn trainer for Apple, right? And like this guy is sitting there telling me, and then literally someone comes in the room, drops the Apple conversation, and right back to, okay, you atheist, let me tell you about why you're going to burn in hell. Like, that's how quick it evolved into what was happening.
Wow.
All right, folks, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Good night, Skylar.
Is it B? Thank you for having me on the channel. Is it B's channel? I want to make sure.
B's channel.
Yeah, B, thank you for having me on.
Always
Pleasure to meet everybody.
Rockstar,
Neil,
Skylar. Rockstar.
message me, Neil. No, thank you. I'm not a rock star. Thank you guys are so good. Neil,
that's
message
my
me. I'll
job.
come on the channel. Huh?
Yeah, you betcha, brother. I'm sending it to you right now. I'm just attaching the 2 screenshots I have of my current schedule. So
fantastic. I appreciate you all. Love you guys.
Thanks for dropping in, Skylar. Great to chat.
I'll try to be more. I'll try to be around more.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
And then poof, he's gone. All right, he's gone. Let's talk about him.
I was just about to say that. Let's talk about him.
Actually, I have to do the magic disappear. Okay, Nick, you want to die a little quieter, please?
Yeah, I mean, that's really loud death there.
Wow.
No, yeah, I would never actually mean that. You're a good guy.
Yeah.
Most of the time. But anyway, so now he's dying. It's like, fuck you, I'm gonna die right here, right now, just because you're a dick, Neil.
Yeah, you know what? Just for spite, I'm gonna fucking unmute myself and just start calling, just die right here.
You should.
And it was Neil who did me in.
God.
Oh my god, this
quiet.
video would go viral.
It was the vid.
It was yeah. But I got to pull the magic carpet trick too. The carpet, I don't know where the fuck that came from, but I got to get out of here.
Let's make that a thing.
Hey, Neil, have a good night, man.
Yeah,
Neil.
I got to go to bed.
I should probably go. Probably gotta go. Too.
Oh wait, Nate, Neil, show.
What?
Like, who's on this week?
Oh, actually, there's no show tomorrow, kids.
What? What are we gonna do without a Neil?
You can still see me. I'm going to be on The Perspective.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
What am I going to do tomorrow?
A different taste of Neil tomorrow, so to speak.
Are you going to be able to donate blood on Wednesday? Or are you still?
I'm still on blood. I'm going to be on blood thinners for a while, dude.
Oh, it's longer than you thought. Okay.
Well, it's minimum 3
months. It's long term in general, yeah.
Well, don't forget, guys. Soon you will have True North Bob.
True North Bob.
One day.
True Bob.
Maybe.
We have a show planned for tomorrow, but frankly, if Neil's not streaming, I don't see a point. I schedule my shows just to troll him. I don't know. There's no, if he's gonna take the week off.
I want to get something before Neil leaves, because I've said this many times, and I'm going to say this right here in front of him. I tell everybody, they're like, "Oh, what nights are good to stream?" And I'm like, "Well, I picked my nights because it's opposite of Neil, and I know when I've been beat, and I know that I can't touch that shit." So I said, I don't know what nights to do, and then you were like, "Okay, guys, this is what I'm doing: Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday from now on." I was like, "Sweet, Monday, Wednesday, Friday."
There you go.
We have the same audience. I can't beat that, man. I know I can't.
Yeah. People kind of go back and forth, right?
Yeah. So people jump back and forth, but they end up over at yours because you guys are cooler. But it's okay. I'm not hurt by it.
You're always in there, anyways.
Well, yeah, eventually, yeah. But that's why I stream on opposite nights. See, it's a win-win.
Gotcha.
We lost somebody. Who'd we lose?
Christopher Mouty.
Oh,
Mouty took off.
No, that's cool. Yeah, we're about done here, anyways. But thanks for coming by, Neil. I appreciate you. And if you guys don't know, check out Neil the 604 Atheist. He does deconversion stories where he interviews people who have deconverted from religion. And are atheists, and it's pretty good shit. So just in case you don't know, because you're crazy and not informed, check out Neil.
I got my next guest after the perspective on Tuesday is on Thursday, and it's Reverend Dr. David Breeden, who is he's an ordained reverend, I guess, in the Church of Humanism.
Huh.
So
interesting.
Pretty interesting.
You might get along with Esther.
Maybe. And then I've got Cheyenne Royce on Saturday, and then I still have Tuesday, September 28th and September 30th open. Then there's another one on Saturday, Harry Margulies, who should be very interesting. He's written a book called Why Is It That, and then et cetera, et cetera. And then Caitlin Beyond is coming on October 9th. But I still got lots of days open, people. So
jump on the opportunity while you can.
Except for the day after my birthday, which is the 21st of October. I have a hematologist appointment to find out whether or not I will still need to be on these blood thinners.
Ah, shit. Happy birthday to me.
It's going to suck if I can't donate blood anymore, because that was a big part of who I was, how I have been for like the last 10 years easy. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. Just think positive, right?
Like, I can't even go and donate for scientific experimentation or research or whatever, because it's all about plugging the hole in me and then not being able to shut the fucking valve off afterwards.
Of course, I was going to ask if you could still donate plasma, but if the problem is you don't clot, I
mean, I've had some cat nicks that took a little while to seal up, but they eventually do. But it took a while. I have to shave very carefully these days.
Yeah, the opposite problem. Like my blood will like clot while it's like going through the tube.
Huh.
Like I can't fill a bag because like my blood's so fucking thick. It's probably gonna be an issue one day.
We don't want to go. You saw it was like blood molasses or something going on there?
Yeah, it's
like the Heinz ketchup and then come out of the bottle.
No, yeah, they're like shaking it and shit. Like, get out.
They're shaking you. Come on, let's go. Anyway, all right.
Night, Neil. Good to see you.
See you, Neil.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Good to see everybody. And
appreciate you, Neil.
I got to stream with
I put your channel in the live chat.
Oh, thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Adios, amigos.
Bye, buddy.
Yeah, I should get going. Too.
Not saying anything.
I have my test.
Yeah,
this
it's
week,
close
so.
to that time for me.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
And
bye, Ben.
Leader Bob.
Nick, did you want to show anything?
I'm gonna tell.
Oh yeah, please.
I want to say really quick. I've never seen so much Bob in my entire life. It was really funny. So thank you guys for that. Yeah, go ahead, Nick. What's up?
In time, we do news, politics, culture. We do breaking news. We cover, anything that's either political or most of us are atheists, so we do tend to have that bent. But we'll cover anything that is salient culturally, politically, anything like that. Tomorrow we have what's his name? I can't believe Homozygote is going to be coming back to discuss COVID. He did a show with us covering just sort of the history of COVID and specifically Delta, what makes it so different. He's coming back to talk to us about the CDC, their failures in maintaining appropriate distance from political entities, what's happening in Florida, what's happening in Texas, and what we can expect over the next couple of weeks and or months, and any potential blowback from Biden's new policies. We're going to be covering just the whole last couple of weeks in news. We haven't actually done rundown in a while. So on Wednesday, we're going to be covering all sorts of interesting news stuff, including the abortion ban, the what is it? The guys who are challenging, saying that they have a right to an abortion. Their God gives them a right to an abortion, because I brought that one up, and a few other interesting things. Yes.
I have to throw this in because this is totally the subject. Did you hear about the new Texas law? I think it's like in Illinois, maybe Illinois or Tennessee or something. They came up with this new law called the Texas law, and any man who impregnates a woman is held liable for like $10,000 if he ditches.
I thought that was just introduced.
I've not heard that. I'm gonna have to look into that one. I am so far
Illinois,
behind on
but
news.
I could be wrong. If anybody knows in the chat, let us know.
They'll adopt Texan laws, but they won't adopt children.
Well, then I also want to. I wanted to. I think I'm going to see if I can get also the Howard Stern clip, because Howard Stern basically went off and said, suggested.
Yeah,
that was good. So we have a Discord, the In Time Discord. We sort of collate and curate all of this stuff, and then we try to get on experts to discuss it on various shows. And so that's youtube.com/In Time Show. Anybody wants to come join us, and we'll check it out. And or come to our Discord.
Solipsist.
Yes, and our entire, you do have to be a solipsist to speak in our live chat. That's because I only like to hear myself talk.
If you're not speaking my language, you ain't coming.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Exactly.
Why are you using the word "you" in this conversation then? What kind of a solipsist are you?
I was humoring myself.
A great recovery.
Oh, Nick.
Well done.
Well,
I'll try
to. Are you in your office or no?
Sorry?
Are you in the? I was going to say, are you in the thing that you're building, or?
No, I'm inside my home. The lean-to is. I'm going to be getting some roofing done soon. I have a professional roofer who's just really good at what he does, and he's been getting a lot of big condominium projects lately. So of course that's his big bread and butter, and so I don't get as high a priority because the small jobs don't pay the bills as well. And so I'm going to be. I found a lady who's got 13 years experience and is interested in doing this. So. I'm going to bring her in to do this instead. I have to get a torch on roof because the pitch isn't steep enough for regular shingle roofing, and I want to make sure it's done right so it doesn't leak. Once that roof is that part of it's completed and it's properly covered and sealed, then I can proceed with building the subfloor and building up the walls and doing all the wiring and all this kind of stuff inside, and then things will really start to move.
So is there an ETA on?
As soon as possible. The thing is, I have business to run. I run my own business doing computer services for over 30 years. I've done. I also run the Canadian Atheists. I also have family obligations, so I have kids to raise.
Oh, I got to be a husband and a father, Randolph. Jesus.
Yeah. So all this stuff is
slacker.
Well, so when the weather's nice, I get out there and I get as much done as I can. But at this point, it's a matter of trying to schedule for the roof is the main part of the holdup at this point. So that's I'm looking forward to bringing this lady in the next week or so and getting that happening. So she's got to make sure she has all the right tools. Otherwise, we'll have to rent some. So she's kind of an independent now. She used to do it professionally with a roofing company. So, but this is good. For what she's telling me, it all sounds like it's the right thing. It's exactly the same things that the professional roofer's been telling me. So, yeah.
Well, good. And I want to compliment you, Randolph, on not being afraid to hire a woman to do something that you know is beyond your own skill. Compliments to you.
Yeah, it's to me it really doesn't matter as long as the person's qualified. That's the criteria that's important to me.
But that's what I'm saying, Randolph.
Yeah.
That makes you different than the typical fucking cishet white dude. I'm just saying.
But
Thank
you're
you for
reminding me of a quote that I would just like to read here that is actually quite good.
Do it.
It is Women Who Seek to Be Equal with Men Lack Ambition. That's by Timothy Leary. And I thought that's kind of a cool quote.
Yeah, because they should try to be better than them.
Yeah. You like that, don't
That's
you?
what I've always done. I've worked in male jobs almost my whole entire life, and I've always done that.
See, growing
I've
up,
always been like, "Oh, bitch, you think I can't? Let me show you."
See, growing up with in multicultural society with people from all kinds of different backgrounds and different sexes, and equality is kind of a big thing here in Canada. So, and it's gotten better and better over time. It's not perfect, but it is quite good generally. I like it. I like being in a workforce with people all this different variety, and same with at school. I enjoyed it. It's just nice because people are people. It's great, and I think there are some countries that could use a lot more of this.
Why do I get the feeling you're looking south?
Oh boy, all the Bob jokes are still going on.
Oh, see, Richard came in late. He missed the first 20, 30 minutes of Bob. So
That's
now
okay.
he's
He got
voicing
on.
his Bobs, which are actually
no
pretty good
slouch.
Bobs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's no
You know,
slouch.
if we drank every time Bob came up during the stream, we'd all
We'd
be
be
like
dead.
smashed an hour and a half ago.
There wouldn't be. Yeah,
We'd
there
all
would
be
no
passed out. We
survivors.
wouldn't even make it to dead. We would just pass out.
I wonder what's going to come up next time. But this
Who
went
knows?
very
With these chat people, you never know.
And before
yes,
Maya
Doorknob,
starts-
be the best Bob you can Bob.
And before Maya starts saying the word shill, I'm going to talk about my YouTube channel.
Would you?
Yeah, I couldn't believe
Maya,
all the
I knew
content
it
creators didn't want to show. I'm like, what? It's like, you're talking over me, woman. And I'm like, I want you to talk more.
So my YouTube channel is at www.youtube.com/Randolph Richardson, and that's spelled RANDOLF Richardson. And the spell check will try to change it to a PH, but make sure it's an F. And I also can be found on Twitter at Randolph828 is my handle. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and this has been a great group. I was invited in, and Neil and Nick both sent me text messages, and I wrote, I will try to be there as soon as possible.
He did. That was the response. I'm not sure why he's bragging about it, but yep, that was the pun.
I just think
because he knows I love it.
In there with all the balls.
Everybody makes normally in the chat there's B puns,
Bebop. Now it's
this is the
Bebop
place to be, and they put B in big capital letters. So it's just what happens here. So thank you,
Okay,
Randolph.
Maya,
That's
your
funny.
turn to shill.
I'm here.
Maya is here, but yet everywhere, but not anywhere.
Yeah, that's pretty much me and Titan.
I was gonna say that's a pretty good description of Titan.
Click on YouTube, pick something atheist, and you will find her in the chat. There she shall be.
Maya's always very supportive and very encouraging, and I always appreciate it.
Maya's great.
You had a fantastic group of people here tonight. I really, really did enjoy it. Thank you very much.
No, it was kind of
thank you guys.
interesting because you started out and you were just like, it's me. I don't know. Maybe nobody's going to show. I'll just talk for a couple hours. And then
I was like, well, you know what it is? I threatened to do poetry, to start reading my poetry, and all of a sudden people started popping up.
I'm here for public service. That's all it is here.
I was actually going to
Saved
go
a lot
to
of
sleep.
people today.
I was actually getting ready to go to sleep early, and then Nick and Neil texted me that I need to get into this, and I thought, okay, B-Channel, okay, I'm going
Get
to
up,
come.
fucker. We're streaming.
Yeah. Well, I thought I'm going to definitely come in. They're both recommending this. I know it's going to be something that
No,
I
this is a
definitely
great
get into.
stream. One of your best.
Well, I got really lucky because Dr. Josh just randomly will pop in my chat and say hi. And he leaves there, he sits there for like 5 or 10 and he goes, because it's always late at night. And he's always got the kid thing going on. And then he texted Skylar and said, you should get over here. Gave him
I was wondering what.
Oh yeah,
that's how that happened. Skylar's
this is how you troll.
Skylar's never been on my panel before. He's never popped in before, ever.
No, well, everybody was giving Dr. Josh shit, like, hey, you should get in there, because I think we had Nick in at this time, and Neil, and I mean, I don't know, we had Math Pig, we had a bunch of streamers, and then we were like, what the fuck? Why are all the YouTube streamers in here? And then they just started
like half the content creators I know.
All the content creators, like, get your ass in here. We're streaming a bees, and I'm like, yeah, that's how you troll.
Probably the most views I ever get, besides the cat video from back in the day before I started streaming live. The cat video got a lot of views. I'm gonna say.
What's the cat?
It's just
video?
screenshots of my cat. Like my cat's different.
I purposely
like a slideshow.
I purposely let that video run full with a number of different YouTube accounts, just so you get more hours on it. I think I count.
There's a lot there. I don't even know anymore, but it used to be my highest views. Like when I was the first couple months I was around, I looked, and it was my highest views was the cat.
Put the link in the chat and see all the Bob jokes in the comments section.
I'll go check it out.
Just look under. Just look under my out of here. The tiny,
later all.
the
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Nick. Thanks for texting
Bye,
me.
Nick. Thanks for coming, man.
Oh, that was good.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's good shit.
So,
I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna kill this, and I'm going to bed. I'm tired. It's like
As am
5
I.
minutes to bedtime for Bonzo over here.
Thank
Everybody
you for
in the
inviting
chat.
me to be.
Thank you. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming by. I always appreciate you guys and your humor and your support. You made me laugh all night. So thank you so much. It was a rough Monday. So appreciate that. Everybody that was on the panel who might see this later, thank you so much for coming in, especially you two for hanging out with me this whole time. And Maya, it was great seeing you and getting a chance to talk to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often. So thanks for coming in. Everybody, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And have some peace in your life.